is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
On the sixth day of the 2026 summer season, 95 degrees outside, and we have a rematch of the two most recent champions in the Central Midwest Football League. Mike Stewart here with Eric Sherem, who will be doing camera and producing today's game, also providing color commentary. This is a rematch of the 21-12 game in which the Oklahoma Bears defeated the Joplin Crusaders live here at Robert Kalsu Stadium. And your countdown to kickoff here on the Oklahoma Sports Network is brought to you by CLM Property Services. For all your renovation and property management needs, be sure to give them a call at 806-626-7759. That is CLM Property Services. Also want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Next Level Roofing. At Next Level Roofing, they've established themselves as Oklahoma's most trusted roofing professionals, delivering exceptional roof installation and repair services. They are family-owned and locally operated, bringing generations of expertise to every project. They also understand that roofing emergencies do not follow a 9-to-5 schedule, which is why they also offer 24/7 emergency services to address urgent issues before they escalate into costly disasters. Next Level Roofing, a third-generation roofer that you can trust. Give them a call today at 405-252-9734. Well, Eric, you picked a good time to come back because this is the rematch, and I know I had a Avengers quote where at the end of the game I said the Bears were saying that they were inevitable like Thanos. Now they can use another Thanos quote in game. You could not live with your failure, so what did you do? You come back to meet.
Well, in rematch games, you hate it as far as the coaching staff is concerned. Fans love it. You get the two best that are, kind of facing off, and they've represented the championships in the last 3 years. I mean, it was the Bears last year, and it was the Crusaders the previous 2 years. So there's a lot to rely on, with bragging rights. Of course, it's winner goes in advance to a trip to Tulsa, and the loser finishes it up for the season. So all on the line today here in Del City.
On the line today here in Del City, and there will not be a game next week because it is the 250th anniversary of the United States of America's Declaration of Independence. So following that, the winner of this game will be going to Tulsa the following weekend to play against the undefeated Tulsa Gators. So that will be an interesting dynamic as Tulsa owns victories over both the Joplin Crusaders, which are the 2023 and 2024 CMFL champions, and the Oklahoma Bears, who are the 2025 CMFL champions and reigning defending champions for the time being. We are going to take a quick commercial timeout. We will be right back and talk more about the keys to the game coming up. This is first round CMFL playoff action live from Robert Kalsu Stadium in Del City, Oklahoma. You are watching the CMFL playoffs on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Next Level Roofing, trust isn't a slogan. It's how I was raised. Roofing runs 3 generations deep in my family. It taught me hard work comes first, and trust comes from doing it right. Next Level Roofing. 3rd generation roofer you can trust.
At Black Bear Diner, Bear's Choice is breakfast served your way, now $10.99. Start with 2 eggs, pick from sweet cream pancakes, biscuits and gravy, and more. Add thick cut bacon or sausage. Big portions, big flavor, served all day.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. and finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed, because your success is our success.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network, Mike Stewart and Eric Sherem here. First round CMFL playoff action brought to you on our countdown to kickoff once again by CLM Property Services. For all your renovation and property management needs, give them a call at 806-626-7759. Go on, bring up the playoff scenarios here for the 2026 CMFL playoffs. You do have the Tulsa Gators. They will be playing the Wichita Skyhawks. Winner of that game will be playing tonight's winner between the Bears and the Crusaders. Then on the Gateway Conference, you do have the St. Joe Bucks and the Missouri Cyclones. And then you have the 2 and 3 matchup between the Kansas City Panthers and the St. Louis Falcons.
Well, we saw the St. Joe Bucks. It was the season opener, and that's one you kind of want to get back if you could. And, you've already seen Joplin twice. Tulsa, of course, is on the top end of the bracket, so you have to go through Tulsa in order to get to Kansas City for the championship. But one game at a time, as Coach Cox would say. And, of course, you don't want to, as spectators and broadcasters, we can look ahead all we want because we want to kind of know what's in front of us. But, yeah, you got the best of the best. And, if you say, well, I'd like to be on that side of the bracket, well, you're going to have to meet St. Joe if they're going to, they're the top seed, they're the one. And you've seen them. But you can see how close they all are because, St. Joe was a close game where the Oklahoma Bears could have won that game in the season opener. And, you can play the if, ands, and buts, which is not really a thing that you do, that if this happens, it just doesn't work that way. But it's really kind of shaping out. The playoffs are, as they are, the best will move on.
And it's one thing, like I told Gordy last week when Gordy was doing color commentary for the game 2 weeks ago, the wacky, wonderful world of semi-pro. Doing head-to-head comparisons just isn't really a good way to be able to do it, but they are geographically located. You do have the Gateway Conference, which is most of your Missouri teams. Since Joplin is just over I-44 Turnpike, right outside the edge of the state, it makes more sense to have them in the Great Plains Conference because with the rivalries and the teams that they have played more often over here, given that they are in Missouri, they're right in that area where it'd just be like going to Gainesville if you just go like south of I-35 to get into Texas. So very geographical not limitations per se, but very good geographical placement for the CMFL as the playoffs get underway. So that's going to be very interesting. Winner we expect will go to Tulsa unless Wichita were to pull off a massive upset.
You got to put that out because anything can happen in playoffs. The other thing is, too, how much is the weather going to be a factor today? I mean, we've had rain all throughout this last week. It kind of kept temperatures cool. Then all of a sudden get really to what Oklahoma is known for, hot and humid and close to 100 degrees. I know you say that humidity is supposed to be under 50, but it doesn't really feel like that. On the turf, it gets even worse. And the sun isn't going to go down until the game's over. So it's not like high school football where you got the sun to deal with for like the half, and then it gets a little cooler. We're going to see if cramping is going to be. And these guys have jobs. These guys have other things that they do throughout the week. So staying hydrated is going to be a key for today's matchup as well.
Staying hydrated is going to be a key. I got about 4 or 5 hydration drinks and bottles of water as we are up here in the film zone of the home side of Robert Kalsu Stadium. 95 degrees out right now, and yes, the humidity is supposed to be going down. So if there's going to be a game where cramps will take effect, it would definitely be 6 days into the summer season. Right now, it is showing that it feels like 98 outside. So even though it's lower humidity, the heat is bearing down. I remember growing up, we used to play Super Mario Brothers 3, and there was a stage where Mario would be running in the Egyptian desert, and in the sun would have a little angry face trying to chase him and kill him. That's what the weather feels like today.
Yeah.
And so these players, we're very blessed to be where we're at because we don't have the sun beaming down on us. We can feel every run of the heat. but we do have fans running up here, and, it's not like if we were downstairs in the regular broadcast area for DC football. Speaking of which, high school football is coming back up.
Yeah.
The Oklahoma Sports Network has, I believe, 18 schools right
16.
now? 16.
We added 3 from the 13 of last year. We added Hera, we added Anadarko, and Tulsa Hale, so our first Tulsa school. So for those who are watching semi-pro football and you don't really know much about our network, 16 schools in the network plus OSN1, because on the network app, if you're watching on YouTube, you go there, of course, and we have several that are watching on YouTube already that kind of go there automatically to find semi-pro football. But you can download our app. It's free to download, free to watch on Apple and Android devices by just searching the Oklahoma Sports Network. Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. If you got one of those, you can have it on everybody's got a smart TV. You can project it from your phone straight to the TV as well. And then we're pretty heavy on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, X. Oh, and by the way, we did this 2 weeks ago. We're live on Twitch.
Yeah.
So welcome to those on Twitch. We had a couple of viewers. It's brand new. You got to really organically grow Twitch. And if you know Twitch, my son knew and got me started in it. And I said, oh, my, it's going to take a while to develop a live following on Twitch. But we're there, too.
You have a lot of people who watch OSN that play video games, and Twitch is originally meant for video games, but
right.
You will have a lot of people that already watch OSN and are in that gaming community. When high school season gets started, it's going to catch like wildfire.
That's good.
And it's going to make it to where a lot of the schools we have Dell City, all 3 Lawton schools, Eisenhower, Lawton MacArthur, Lawton Original, the Wolverines, since OSN started in Lawton, but now with all 3 major cities being covered, and in the 20-time 5A state champion Carl Albert Titans just broke that record last year by winning state. Also won state in baseball. That's also on OSN.
Yeah.
So,
And basketball, Newcastle won for the boys. Carl Albert won for the girls. It's been great. A lot of our OSN teams have been really successful when they get to the playoffs, and we've been very spoiled. And we hope to do that again with a good just a good school year. I could see across the board with the 16 schools on the network.
Yeah, I could definitely see a lot of the schools that have been successful. With Dell City, for example, I had stepped in to cover their homecoming. Colton Fleetwood, a regular play-by-play guy, went on vacation. Worked out very well. They played Tulsa Rogers, won by a pretty decent margin. They had a home game and a playoff game against Booker T. The game against Booker T went to overtime. And for those of you not familiar with Oklahoma high school football, very similar to college football that you would watch on ESPN. Instead of starting from the 25-yard line, though, they start from the 10-yard line. So very similar element, high school football in Oklahoma, to college football at the Division I Power 4 level, if you will. But be good times for the Oklahoma Sports Network, and we are expecting kickoff here to be underway. Coin toss should be coming up between the Crusaders and the Bears live on the Oklahoma Sports Network in just a couple of moments.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Come on down to Black Bear Diner for Cubs Book Night. Starting at 6 p.m., a meet and greet with biscuits and make new friends. Cubs Book Night is a place to be your own Cub Bear. Interactive story time, coloring, balloons, food, and more. Story time comes alive with an animated version of your favorite story. Remember, the third Friday of every month starting at 6 p.m., located at Black Bear Diner, 3015 West Memorial Road, Oklahoma City. Visit any of our Oklahoma locations, Quail Springs, Moore, or Tulsa.
Welcome back to the countdown to kickoff between The Oklahoma Bears and the Joplin Crusaders. Countdown to kickoff brought to you by CLM Property Services for all your renovation and property management needs. Give them a call at 806-626-7759. Coin toss is imminent here. We will have the coin toss in a matter of moments as we have the Oklahoma Bears already lined up with their team captains onto the field. Looks like they have a few captains that are on the sideline for this afternoon's contest.
Going to go with their all dark. That's been kind of a good luck charm for them. All dark with the blue numbers. And it looks like the away whites with the red numbers for the Joplin Crusaders. And if it was any kind of indication of 2 weeks ago, I mean, it could go either way. It's going to come down to a play or two is going to make a difference, a big difference in a game like this. It could be a fumble, it could be an interception. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's going to be up when you get done with the whole game, you're going to say one or two plays is going to make a difference in a game like this.
Going to try to announce all the captains here. There's quite a few of them for the Bears. Both number ones, Devin White and A.J. Burton, have number 21 out for the sideline. Dominic Berry has number 2 out for, that is Johnny Randall for the Bears. Also have number 31 and 71, 31 being Daniel Hughes. Number 71 out for the Bears is going to be John Means. Other captains included on the field, we're going to have number 6 and number 54. Number 6 being Monte Thomas, number 54 being Paris Williams. And then you have the captains here for Joplin. Looks like we got 10, 24, and 6. So those captains are going to be Amir Luton, number 10. Number 24 is going to be Bryant Richard Jr. And number 6 is going to be Deontay White, a.k.a. Biscuit. So we do have captains here out for Joplin, and we are expecting this coin toss. Number 24 also for Joplin, Bryant Richard Jr.
Well, and we've talked about this at length, you know, even in high school ranks of when you win the coin toss, do you elect to defer or do you take the ball? You want to get the momentum started. Most defer, I mean, almost all the time, except for when you see if you want to get a fast start and if you think you can capitalize on that first run. It's a little bit different in semi-pro because you got a 15-minute quarter. In high school, when you got so much less time to work with, the time can be eroded very fast, you know. So a little bit of a difference there as they're going over the last instructions. The coin is in the air.
And they're making their decisions right now where they want to go on this football field.
Yeah. Whitecap will give us the indication that they won the coin toss and elected to defer. So the Bears will start off offensively.
This is what happened 2 weeks ago. The coin toss was exactly the same. The Bears started off with the game. And kickoff is going to be imminent here. Just want to thank our title sponsor throughout the 2026 CMFL season. That is Next Level Roofing. Third-generation roofer that you can trust. Give them a call today at 405-252-9734. So the pregame pleasantries have been out of the way, if you will, and we are just a couple minutes past 6 p.m. Kickoff should be imminent live here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. So wherever you're watching this game, on Facebook, on Twitch, on the OSN app, anywhere you're catching this in the organized world, we do want to thank you for joining us as the weather is still at 95 degrees, holding steadily as kickoff is imminent from the 45-yard line.
Well, we talked about this. Is the heat going to be a big factor in today's game? We'll see. I'm sure it will. Cramping could be what you kind of expect in games like this. The hydration, maximum amount. 15 on the board, and you know what, that's ready. It's football time at Oklahoma. Welcome to spring football. And we've loved the presentations that we've been able to bring all this spring. Coach Cox able to get this underway.
And the pregame music before kickoff adequate because it is Future's song called March Madness, which, you know, this is a March Madness-style atmosphere as the teams are getting ready to line up for the opening kickoff of these 2026 Central Midwest Football League playoffs, as Joplin is expected to let this one go here in a matter of moments.
So we mentioned Joplin's going to be in the white jerseys with red numbers with dark helmets. The Bears are going to be in their traditional darks. Man, what a way to time a hot hot jersey on a hot day, but they're in the blacks with the gold helmets and the gold helmets with the blue numbers. So,
number 12, Trevor Sauerjohn getting ready to kick it off. We do have Ivan Berg in the backfield along with number 15, Darren Alves for the Oklahoma Bears. And number 41, Shaquinbo Conway is back as well. So, big plays by these Bears players 2 weeks ago. Did have the Morris Bama Coleman with the touchdown, which would extend the Bears out to a lead for the first and only time of the game from 42 yards out. So from the 40-yard line, 6:05 here in Del City, America. Ball is off, and we are underway for 2026 CMFL football, and that goes into the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Well, you can't ask for anything better. There's no return, no attempted one. You put it in the end zone, put it at the 20, and mark it from there. So if you're Joplin, you're pretty good at the start. Was not fielded, and they're going to start 1st and 10 on their 20-yard line.
Interesting to see how Coach Kevin Cox is going to draw up these offensive plays to start the game. Neither team was able to score in the first half on offense. There was a defensive pick six from 49 yards out 2 weeks ago. And then that ended up making the game interesting as Joplin was able to hang on to a lead for the majority of the time. Starting quarterback is going to be Devin White for this playoff contest. For the Bears, wearing their traditional gold helmet and black and blue jerseys and shorts. On the carry here, gets a lot of running up the middle. That is made by number 24, Adidas McDonald. So one play, one run, one first down.
Well, yeah, a nice stutter step there, move, got his defender off his mark, and he was off to the races.
Ball spotted at the 31-yard line, so a gain of 11 there by McDonald, and we do have it to where the Bears are just going to try to run this steady, slow, intermediate offensive attack that they are known for. Like to take up time and take up plays, and it ends up being very successful for them.
Well, they're also loading the box. They're daring you to throw, but basically if you're getting a 10-yard run on the first carry, you'll take it.
So they go back to McDonald. McDonald's going to get this for a gain of 3 down to the 34-yard line. They did have 6 men there on the defensive line, Eric, as Joplin is looking to try to get the ball back as soon as they can.
Well, you got to stop the run. That's ideally in football. Stop the run first, make them throw, make them get off their heels. But the Bears are used to a good run game, and they've got some weapons that they can definitely use in that run matchups.
Bears have to get this to the 41-yard line to continue to move the chains for their second first down of the drive and the contest. From the I formation. Takes the snap here, fakes it to McDonald. Devin is going to keep this on his own feet. Tries to stretch out past the 35-yard line and goes down on his knees around the 37.
Well, you get one or you get 2 guys to miss, but then you can't. When you're trying to get to the edge in semi-pro football, you got to have some wheels, and just was able to get corralled. Got a few decent yards, but I know he wanted to pick up a lot more on that fake to the running back.
3rd and 4 upcoming, so we're going to see if the Bears can maintain this momentum as we are in the early throes of the opening quarter. 2026 CMFL first-round playoff action. Winner, we believe, is going to go to Tulsa to take on the Gators as long as they take care of business against the Wichita Skyhawks.
Pretty good, decent 3rd down pickup if they can get it in this drive.
On a 4-3 defensive front here for Joplin, able to run down, gets it past the first down marker at the 41-yard line. Those chains are going to be moved, and it'll be a second first down for the Bears on this opening drive.
Well, nothing fancy. I mean, it's a hat on a hat. It's blocking schemes, and you get enough to move the chains.
So at the 42-yard line, the Bears looking to take their time here. 3 minutes underway officially in real time as the kickoff happened at 6:05 Central. From the 42-yard line, new set of downs starting for OKC.
Not throwing the ball yet, and you don't need to. I mean, you don't need to change the offensive script if you're just getting it on the ground, but they're still loading that box pretty heavy.
in the I formation, 6 men on the offensive line for the Bears, and not much doing on this one as it's going to stay at the 43-yard line.
Well, it's kind of hard, in between the tackles. You got to get movement up front, and a lot of offensive linemen kind of standing up. And when you stand up, you don't get to penetrate, and that really kind of stalemated that successful. Well, maybe 1 yard. We'll give them a yard.
Yeah, Alves with a yard on that one. So Joplin doing a real good job in their 4-3 to try to get in and disrupt the O-line for the Bears, who brought in that extra tight end to try to get a little bit better spacing here.
Well, the good news is they are taking their time off. They're almost taking 4 minutes off the clock already, which, you said you want to keep the ball out of Joplin's hands. This is a way to do it.
They go back to Alves. Alves has
Nice
a lane
run,
here,
nice
and
cut.
he's going to be able to cut, break 2 tackles.
Beautiful.
Gets past midfield down to the 47 of the Crusaders. And that's enough for OKC Bears first down.
Well, you're going to see this on replay. Get the motion, and they accept that. But, man, wide open spaces right there. Nice cutback move, spin move there to get the extra, and the 1st and 10 move the chains.
So officially at the 48, but still enough to get the 3rd first down to this opening drive for the Oklahoma Bears, as they are now in Crusader territory, looking to cap this one off, trying to get an opening score, which they didn't get a lead until the late 3rd quarter of the game played 2 weeks ago here at Calsu Stadium.
Well, I like the fact that they're not in a hurry. They're taking as much time as they need. They got twins. Okay, now motion.
Shaquin Bo Conway with the football, runs right up the middle, deep inside the 40-yard line, gets brought down closer to the 35-yard line. And again, moving those chains for the 4th first down of this opening drive for the Oklahoma Bears.
Well, you got a lot of guys kind of standing still, and whether it's the heat or you're just, you kind of got to get your game. But I'll tell you what, the Bears have come to play, and they made a statement here on this opening drive. Let's just see if they can capitalize on it, because you want to not come up empty. You want to get points.
So Conway with a gain of 10 there, and again, just able to use his speed to get past that defensive line and get into the linebacker area to get enough for this 4th first down, this opening drive for OKC.
Well, like you got twin backs, you got some motion, so you got a little bit of disruption playing with the linebackers a little bit.
3 receiver set with the twin backs. And they fake the run. Plenty of time to get this into the air. Goes deep, and that one's going to be out of bounds. So looks like it was incomplete, pushed out of bounds. Very good idea there for Devin White to try to get to his intended target, but no going that time.
Yeah, just a little bit off the mark. But, I want to keep them honest. You had so many first downs. Why not throw? I mean, you just kind of see what you can get. You just kind of sit back and try to aim for the corner.
Yeah, it's one of those things, you've gotten them lulled to sleep a little bit on the D-line there. And so if you're able to go and get a surprise play, maybe 15 to 25 yards, why not go for it? You do have stacked receivers at the bottom of your screen here, and a 4-receiver set for the Bears. They're going back to the running game. It looks like Alves was faking it, but it was really Devin White the entire time, able to get maybe a couple of yards on that quarterback keeper.
I'm wondering if it's miscommunication, whether he's actually supposed to hand that off, because, it was just kind of like, and then the ball came down loose. Luckily, he didn't get a fumble out of it. But, now 2 bad, costly, you miss the pass, then you don't get anything in the run, and you lose a yard, so.
Well, remind you when Nebraska will run that power eye in the late 80s and early 90s, and then the quarterback can sometimes be indecisive with, does he want to keep the football, does he want to give it to his running back, and then you have to be careful with those because it can lead to a costly disaster if you don't keep track of the pigskin. 4-receiver set. White, 3-step drop, stays in the pocket, rushes out. Under pressure here, stays on his feet, gets past the 40-yard line, and will lose a couple there from where it was at the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, so now you got your 4th down. So when I would compliment, I said, why not throw? And then they went back to the run, and it wasn't really a good design there. And then all of a sudden, Joplin has got you right where they want you. It's a 4th down, going for it situation here. But you know what? You need 10 yards. I mean, it's a little bit harder in the playbook. If it's 4th and 3, it's a little different. 4th and 10, probably going to have to air it out again, and they're going to back everybody up. They're only going to rush a few, and they're going to have that coverage.
So 4th and 11, they got to get this to the 25-yard line in order to keep the drive alive here. They do have David Goodson, a.k.a. Legatron, although he did try a field goal 2 weeks ago and he ended up going short. White, three-step drop, under pressure, throws it over the middle, and too high for his intended target, falls incomplete. That was going to be intended for Bo Conway, but he just didn't have an opportunity to catch that football.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit too much on it. You know, he had the time, and it's just like I said, defensively, they're going to have everybody back in coverage, so it's going to be very tight windows. You'd have to make a good throw and a good catch. Unfortunately, even though OKC had a great drive getting into Joplin territory, they came up empty, and that's what you have in a championship playoff matchup like this that we're expecting to see.
And we may have a change in personnel that we didn't have for Joplin last week. I'm trying to see if I can confirm this before I open my mouth too soon and make assumptions. So the quarterback under center, we have number 6, which is Asen Cross, who is supposed to be their original starting quarterback. He did not play 2 weeks ago. Going with the run game here.
There you go.
And
great pursuit to the ball.
An entire den of Bears there, led by number 3 and number 21 for OKC. That is Leandre Turner and also Dominic Berry. So a significant loss there for the Joplin Crusaders. They did have a different quarterback that was playing 2 weeks ago. We saw it all on the Facebook comments. Where is Asen? Where is Asen? Where is Asen? Believe that is Asen number 6 there, because they did have a different quarterback, number 9, Leif Murr, that was playing in this game 2 weeks ago and was their starter. But we can confirm that is Asen Cross. That's under center.
That's a loss of 14 yards, that first one. Oh, wow.
Throws it to his receiver, and again right there, the defensive effort for the Bears, number 11, Rayshawn Fletcher with the tackle. But that's all our mystery. We had somebody in the comments say, well, maybe Asen quit, and then there was a lot of shock after that comment. But looks like he's here on the field for this playoff game. But the regular starting quarterback for the Joplin Crusaders. And, you know, obviously if you're Joplin, you want to see what you can do with the personnel that you can bring down the first time around, maybe expecting that these two are going to see each other in the opening round here today.
Well, the good news is that loss to make it, 14 yards – they made up for a little bit in the past, but it's still 3rd and 11. So it's still a 3rd and long, and good pursuit for the Bears defensively on this one, hopefully. Crusaders
have to get this to the 47-yard line on their own side of the field. Cross, runs, throws it. Big reception there, wide open. And Joplin is going to take this for the first touchdown of the game. Pass completed to number 7, Daquan Johnson.
Well, you see this there on the replay. It was just a nice throw. The defender kind of stops, because he went run, and then he didn't get to the line of scrimmage, and then he had a streaking wide receiver, and just like that, Joplin into the end zone for 6.
So around a 68-yard touchdown pass there from Asen Cross to his intended target, Daquan Johnson and the Crusaders. Just like 2 weeks ago, about to get onto the board for the first time in today's game, as the clock is ticking down here in the opening quarter, and they're likely going to go for 2, given that they don't have a reliable kicker.
Okay, well, that's a good indication. That's good homework on yours, because we know that we have one. We're the Bears, so you kind of expect it. But, yeah, you're right. If you don't have a kicker, you're going to go for 2. Could hurt you in the end if you don't convert, but this is a big, hopefully, stop for the Bears.
Cross takes the football, rolls out here under pressure, throws it, and is caught for 2 by number 3, Charles West. So 8-0 Joplin over the Oklahoma Bears. Early first quarter action here as we approach 5 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the opening stanza. We'll be right back with more CMFL playoff football. This is Oklahoma Bears versus Joplin Crusaders on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Three generations, one mission, protecting Oklahoma homes. I know roofing because I've lived it my entire life. Next Level Roofing, 3rd generation roofer you can trust.
At Black Bear Diner, Bear's Choice is breakfast served your way, now $10.99. Start with 2 eggs, pick from sweet cream pancakes, biscuits and gravy, and more. Add thick cut bacon or sausage. Big portions, big flavor, served all day.
A 63-yard touchdown pass from Mason Cross to Daquan Johnson, and then another scoring pass on the conversion from Mason Cross to Charles West. Joplin Crusaders up 8-0 after both teams have had the possession. So the Bears had 5 first downs on that opening drive, was not able to get anything from it, and they are trailing with just over 5 minutes remaining in this opening quarter.
Well, I thought the good news for the Bears is they took 8 minutes off the original clock, which was really helpful, and that was good for them. But then quarterback looks like he was going to run, and it just froze the linebacker just for a second, and that's what it is. Just took that eyes off of it to think that he's going to run, throws a streaking wide receiver pass, and there was nobody going to catch him, and so Joplin capitalizes, gets the 2-point conversion, and now it's answer points with points. Joplin needs to answer those points.
Well, the Bears need to answer Joplin's first opening score here. Johnson had a touchdown score last week as well. Well, 2 weeks ago when we were in the final regular season for both of these teams. And Crusaders up in this rematch.
Crusaders want to call a timeout.
Have a timeout, and we'll take one with them. So still right around 5 minutes remaining in this game. Joplin up 8-0 over OKC on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network, Bears trailing Joplin 8-0. So for those of you just joining us, Mason Cross, who did not play 2 weeks ago, is back at starting quarterback for the Crusaders. And a 63-yard touchdown pass to his receiver, number 7, Daquan Johnson, who scored in this contest 2 weeks ago. 2-point conversion caught by Charles West, and the Bears are driving out past the 30-yard line here. Good running play there, as it looks like it was given to number 4, Tay Moore.
Well, like nothing special, just bread and butter, just a nice cutback. He's had 2, and he's been able to get the defenders kind of off their heels a little bit to gain the extra. So decent run on first down.
The Bears trailed in this game off a 42-yard, actually a 49-yard pick six that happened 2 weeks ago. So we know that number 2, Terriel Johnson, had that pick six, and then the Bears were able to rally in the third quarter to eventually take the lead. They're hoping to be able to have a repeat of what happened here tonight. With the running game, stays on his feet. Tay Moore continuing to run past the 40-yard line and brought down at the 41.
Well, that's another good design because they had stacked receivers, twins up on the top. That brings some defenders out of that, gives a little bit of running room. So I think we're going to see this again, and maybe we'll see a pass play out of that. So just kind of set that up.
So from the 42-yard line, Bears getting another first down here. Their second of this drive, which should make about 7 first downs that they've had so far. So they're getting the first downs. It's just they have to be able to complete at the end. Stack receivers on both sides of the football at the top and bottom of your screen.
A lot of different formations, just playing with the defense. He's going to move this. Oh, and empty.
So empty gun, going to run the football and stays on his feet, but that's going to end up being a sack as Joplin's able to get into the backfield. Number 51 able to make penetration and get to the quarterback. That sack was made by Alex Alberti, 6'4", 310 pounds.
Well, not fooled there. Everybody stayed at home, and you're kind of wishing that, you had so much movement and so much distraction it would really result into something. But nothing doing. Joplin stayed home defensively and did what they needed to get the stop, and it's going to be a second down and long.
So from the 39-yard line, the Bears have to get this on Joplin's side of the football at the 48-yard line to get another first down. Trips to the bottom of your screen with a running back in the backfield for number 1, Devin White. Takes the snap, rolls out here, throws it to his intended target, who's able to get it down to the 44-yard line before he is tackled there. Big play made by number 2 for the OKC Bears, and that reception was by, I believe it was Jaleel Ward, 6 foot, 170 pounds.
Well, yeah, 2 defenders there actually stayed at home, did what they did. See, they're coming up from both angles, come and make the tackle. It's exactly what you need to do. Textbook. Got to hand it to Joplin, and looks like they've done some film study.
Yeah, it looks like they definitely did some film study, because with the touchdown pass, having your slot receiver being that wide open, you could tell that they went and hit the film and really tried to pick up on key positions where they may be weak in the OKC defense, and especially on their defensive front, getting a lot faster off the edge. So 4 receivers.
There you go. They got a free one.
Take
it.
Route him.
Yeah.
Telling the receiver to go for it. Wide open. Caught! And it falls incomplete. So that could have been a fumble, but they're just going to say he wasn't able to.
I think a lot of them stopped. The whistle didn't go, so we know he got the free one. He says, hey, just go. You can see it. Quarterback's trying to manage. He's got a wide open streaking receiver, and then he just kind of loses it at the last, man. You just kind of hate that, but you're going to get your 5 yards for free, and you were hoping for more. But nonetheless, you got him caught off guard a little bit.
So this is going to be at the 49-yard line, it appears, on the Bears side of the football. And, yeah, really the receivers didn't know what to do. It was a situation where –
Well, and you know what? And you kind of know this. They say go until the whistle. There was no whistle. So, even though there was a flag, a good majority of them just stopped the play. And I said, yeah, you just got to keep going. Quarterback tried to orchestrate something and it didn't work. Got trips on the top again.
Trips on the top in a stack formation. And then there's going to be a flag. The defensive line of the Crusaders is saying it's going to be against the Bears OLs. And they are walking back, so
you give them 5, you give them 5 back.
We call this the semi-pro penalty shuffle. The Bears had the 85 Super Bowl shuffle. Rest in peace to William the Refrigerator.
Yeah, so the fridge passed away. I saw that.
But that every time I see the consecutive penalties, I always call it the semi-pro penalty shuffle, and that just kind of makes me think of the 85 Bears. But, yes, back in the stack formation will the Bears go, and really had an opportunity. Like I said, it's one of those bang-bang situations where if he'd have held on to it for a split second longer, could have been ruled as a fumble. Going to run this into Joplin territory at their 49-yard line.
About a yard short, so he's going to be about 4th and maybe a yard.
And if I know Coach Cox the way I've known him throughout the years, I can't imagine that he does not go for it here with it being 3 feet until he's able to move the chains again.
Well, about 50 seconds to remain on the first quarter, so this quarter is just dancing away, and that's what you want for the Bears. The only thing is they're down 8-0, but they may get one more play off before the end of the first quarter.
Clock ticking down. They'll snap it inside 30 seconds here as it'll be 4th down and less than 3 feet.
Try to draw him off here. Trips again.
White in the backfield, stack formation at the top of the screen. They take it, they run it, and they may not have enough here. We're going to have to see where they
No,
he got
wait
through.
A minute. He did. He snuck right out of there.
So one of the
still going.
One of the linemen sacrifices himself as Devin White marches the football almost down to the 35-yard line.
The initial stop was right at the 49, but then he kept his feet moving, and he just got up, and he said there was nothing going, and he takes it all the way for a 1st and 10, move the chains, and that's going to end the quarter with the Bears in great position.
So Bears are going to have it at the 37-yard line, trailing 8-0 when we start the second quarter against the Joplin Crusaders. CMFL playoff action live on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Next Level Roofing, trust isn't a slogan. It's how I was raised. Roofing runs 3 generations deep in my family. It taught me hard work comes first, and trust comes from doing it right. Next Level Roofing. 3rd generation roofer you can trust.
At Black Bear Diner, Bear's Choice is breakfast served your way, now $10.99. Start with 2 eggs, pick from sweet cream pancakes, biscuits and gravy, and more. Add thick cut bacon or sausage. Big portions, big flavor, served all day.
Bears continue their offensive run here as we start the second quarter, trailing the Joplin Crusaders 8-0. Live on the Oklahoma Sports Network, Mike Stewart calling the game with Eric Sherm, who is doing color commentary and also running cameraman and producer for today's game. Back to the running game. Tay Moore here gets it down past the 35-yard line. We'll get about 3 yards there to have the first play of this second quarter commence for OKC.
I think some of Joplin wasn't ready. I mean, and they're just kind of standing flat-footed, and, running back's going to take advantage of that. So, give you 5, we'll take 5. About a 4-yard gain, so about 2nd and 6.
And for those of you just joining us, Asen Cross is playing in today's game after he didn't 2 weeks ago. Threw a 63-yard touchdown pass to Daquan Johnson and ended up getting Charles West on a 2-point conversion 1 play later. Pass well, it looked like it was complete and then just went butterfingers to go incomplete.
Well, that's 2 now that a receiver is kind of dropped. And, as a quarterback, you just can't say, man, guys, you just – going to try to get that, but, it's just kind of – there's nothing fancy about it, just a little quick. I don't even think he took his eyes off of it. It just hit him in the hands, and it just dropped.
Right, and now you're dealing with a situation 3rd down and 7.
3rd down again,
Yeah, Bears have to get this to the 27-yard line to keep the drive alive here.
Well, the pass is not what's been working for him, even though I think it can come together. It's been the run game. See what they pull up here, but that's a lot of yards to ask for in a run.
You have 5 players on the Joplin line looking to pursue Garrett Griffith, who is now in the game, throws it down the field. And that one was very bad, but there is a flag. Wonder if there may be any kind of pass interference or if there was some sort of miscommunication.
Well, it was definitely in the secondary, and so we'll kind of find out, but it could be a defensive holding because the receiver wasn't able to release. We'll find out.
And then you do have the officiating team kind of getting together. Number 7, Danny Knighton, having conversations with number 2 for Joplin, who was Terry O. Johnson.
Well, it's 1st down, so it is against.
So defensive holding going to give it 1st down for Oklahoma Bears, trailing 8-0 here in the early throws of this second quarter, trying to get a score of their own on the board to see if they can make this a game where they could cut it either to 1 point or maybe Cox decides to go for 2 on his own.
I think there's plenty of game. Just use your leg, and because the thing is, it puts the pressure on them if they're going to have to continue to try to get PATs.
So from the 22-yard line, Griffith now in the game. And they're going to go back to the running game here, try to run this up past the 20-yard line. They are officially in the red zone after a gain of a couple there on 1st down. Number 24, Adias McDonald with the carry. And so it looks like, again, we know what the Bears do with this 2-quarterback formation. They love to go between Devin White and Garrett Griffith like they've done all season long. And it's brought them sustainable success like it has in years past. Ball's at the 19-yard line. 2nd down and 7 coming up again for OKC. Again, in the traditional gold helmets with the black jerseys and blue letters and blue stripes with the black pants and gold trim. Joplin wearing their gray jerseys, which I think is better for heat conducivity, and red lettering. They go back to Adias McDonald. Had a wide open gap laid out there by his offensive line, able to get some yardage. Another 3 at least on the carry, which should make this 3rd and 4 upcoming for the defending champs. So number 55 with the tackle for Joplin. That is Lipo Fulalu, 6'3", 320-pound defensive tackle.
Well, you want to answer points with points, so they got theirs. You want to get yours here in the second. Going to make this a stalemate chess match between these two powerhouses in the league.
3rd down and 3. Tay Moore in the backfield with Garrett Griffith. Got to get this down to the 12-yard line to keep the drive alive. Throws it immediately. That's caught by Danny Knighton with the stiff arm. Knighton goes to the 11-yard line. That will be enough for an OKC first down.
Well, it's good. Like you said before, you want to be able to get the pitch and catch. That's exactly, how you design it. Nice little stutter step. Made his defender stop just to get a couple of extra few yards. And it gets a first down and goal.
So the weather continuing to be notorious here. Still 95 degrees outside as we are just after 6:30 in the Central Time Zone. Tay Moore in the backfield with Garrett Griffith. You do have Danny Knighton as the slot receiver. You got Ward on the outside. Knighton in motion. They fake the Tay Moore. You got Garrett Griffith staying on his feet. Spins inside the 5-yard line. Gets down to the 4.
He's going to want that back because it's just kind of a turf tackle, with his foot because he was footing. He had juked out his defender right there. A spin move, and then he just kind of spun out of control and got 2nd down and goal.
Joplin grateful for their 13th man on the field, that Del City turf monster, preventing the score for OKC.
Yeah, because I know he was feeling it. He was saying, okay, I'm going to get in the end zone.
So now you have a goal-to-go situation here for the Bears. 2nd down and goal upcoming. Again, you got Tay Moore in the background or in the backfield with Garrett Griffith. Danny Knighton at the top of your screen. You got Ward at the bottom of your screen. They go to Tay Moore. Bear down, OKC. Touchdown, Oklahoma Bears from 5 yards out.
Well, nothing fancy about it. We talked about this run game. We talked about, it's going to make them stand on their heels. You just assault them. Just running downhill just makes the little cut in the move. Got the great offensive push from the line, and it's in for 6.
So 8-6 here, just over 10 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Tay Moore able to get that from 5 yards out.
Well, are we going to kick it? We mentioned about what they're going to do. They're going to go for 2. Looks like they are.
So they're going to go for the single here. Legatron, David Goodson. Like I said,
That's
a long-time semi-pro veteran. Just wanting to make this a 1-point game here. Ball down. Kick is up. Past the defenders through the uprights, and it is good. 8-7. Bears trim the Joplin lead down to 1. We will be back on the other side of this timeout, but it is a 1-point game in the CMFL playoffs live on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Three generations, one mission, protecting Oklahoma homes. I know roofing because I've lived it my entire life. Next Level Roofing, 3rd generation roofer you can trust.
At Black Bear Diner, Bear's Choice is breakfast served your way, now $10.99. Start with 2 eggs, pick from sweet cream pancakes, biscuits and gravy, and more. Add thick cut bacon or sausage. Big portions, big flavor, served all day.
5-yard touchdown run by Tay Moore and a extra point kick by Legatron David Goodson with just over 10 minutes remaining here in our opening half of this 2026 CMFL playoff matchup. Joplin Crusaders hanging on to a 1-point lead, 8-7 over your Oklahoma Bears, as we are live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Mike Stewart here with Eric Sherem, and the kickoff is underway as this one goes into the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Well, that's what Joplin did to start off the game. Legatron does the same thing. No return, just take it to the 20, and let's get defense, get a great defensive stop by the Bears.
And so for those of you that did not catch the first quarter, the reason why Joplin was able to get 8 points is because it helps when your starting quarterback is back into the game. Number 6, Asen Cross, threw a 63-yard touchdown pass to number 7, Daquan Johnson. Then they decide to go for 2. 2-point pass successful as Charles West is able to nab it from 3 yards out. And that is the score of our game. 8-7, Joplin with the lead here over the Oklahoma Bears as we are approaching the midway point of this second quarter.
Those who are watching on YouTube, give us a subscribe there, a little thumbs up. And for those who are watching on Facebook, follow us there as well.
You'll want to be able to watch. So 16 schools in the network for the Oklahoma Sports Network as the high school season for football is upcoming. Back to school will be back before you know it, to the detriment of all of the.
Timeout Joplin. That's going to be their second now.
Timeout Joplin, and we will take one with them. So we'll talk more about the schools in the network when we get right back. Joplin 8, OKC Bears 7 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Come on down to Black Bear Diner for Cubs Book Night. Starting at 6 p.m., a meet and greet with biscuits and make new friends. Cubs Book Night is a place to be your own Cub Bear. Interactive story time, coloring, balloons, food, and more. Story time comes alive with an animated version of your favorite story. Remember, the third Friday of every month starting at 6 p.m., located at Black Bear Diner, 3015 West Memorial Road, Oklahoma City. Visit any of our Oklahoma locations, Quail Springs, Moore, or Tulsa.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network, so we do have Joplin back on offense here with a 1-point lead here in the middle stages of the second quarter. Takes the football, looking to run upfield here, and going to be having a great open field tackle made by number 21 for the Bears as that one goes out of bounds. Dominic Berry with the stop there to prevent him from getting away.
Great pursuit. You can kind of see just staying on it. It just kind of windmill throws him back for a negative yards, and they're not going to be run upon is what so far the Bears is trying to make. I mean, you know, they got napping with the quarterback. Looks like he was going to run, ends up throwing a nice dart for the touchdown. But other than that, the Bears have contained this Joplin offense.
Yeah, Cross able to get open there and then just really able to find his intended target, and they can score very quickly. This Joplin team over the years has always had the ability to have open targets and be able to score at a moment's notice. 4 receiver set trips to the top of your screen here. Cross sidearms it, and it hits one of the Bears in their arm, and they're jumping up and down knowing that it could have been a big opportunity.
Well, and he threw into coverage. His dangerous throw could have been picked. The Bears kind of licking their lips to say, man, we could have got one from you, but Joplin stays alive.
So the pass broken up by the Bears. That is number 52 who came up with the breakup, Justin Woody, 6'2", 238-pound defensive lineman. Back out here, Joplin now 4 receiver set. Cross in the backfield. His running back who had to play a moment ago.
Over the head.
Sanders. Oh, boy, and that could be a big disaster here. Running out, throws it, and it goes out of bounds. And I tell you one thing, credit to Asen Cross to have the situational awareness on that one.
Saved his safety, a touchdown. You knew his disaster. He just pick it up, and he has got to get out enough just to throw it. Oh, man, that could have been 2, could have been 6. The Bears kind of knew it. But heads up, way to go, Joplin.
Yeah, great situational awareness there again. Asen Cross able to know the veteran, throw it out of bounds, live to fight another day, and that's what the Crusaders are going to do here on offense. And we may have a timeout here on the field or some substitutions.
Well, The Whitecaps coming over. We'll find out. He didn't really call for the time. He's going into the huddle.
So with the officiating crews, it's like I was saying a couple weeks ago. Welcome to the wacky, wonderful world of semi-pro. These are things where if they're not called immediately, you take a couple moments, probably play some Jeopardy theme music here to kind of figure out what they're going to do.
Whitecaps. No. There's no flag thrown, so there wasn't anything to assess.
Probably positioning more than anything else to see what down distance and time is going to be. 4 receiver set.
Ooh.
And Cross with the punt here, going to take that all the way down. It will take a Joplin bounce to the OKC Bears 46-yard line, where the defending champs down 1 will take over first down and 10. We'll take a quick break here and get back on the other side of the field where the Bears will have the football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Three generations, one mission, protecting Oklahoma homes. I know roofing because I've lived it my entire life. Next Level Roofing, third generation roofer you can trust.
So Cross, the everyman here, can also punt for the Joplin Crusaders as well as being the starting quarterback. Bears have the ball at their own 47-yard line where Garrett Griffith will line up first down and 10. Throws it to Bo Conway, who's got a lot of speed and stays on his feet.
Oh, good job.
Going down inside the 30-yard line. First down, Oklahoma Bears, as that is a gain of 23 yards.
Wow, you'll see that in the replay. You got a little bit of extracurricular afterwards, but look at this. This is what you say. You get the block right in front of the screen. You're able to sneak through 2 defenders, get into the secondary, and then keep your feet churning to get extra yards almost down to about the 29-yard line.
Approaching 7.5 minutes here before we go to halftime intermission in this 2026 CMFL matchup. These two locked horns 2 weeks ago. Bears able to win 21-12 and down 1, looking to get on the high side for the first time tonight.
So 1st and 10. We said that a lot for the Bears. Let's see if they can capitalize in this drive.
They give it to Tay Moore, who's the running back. He runs up and is able to pull his way down to around the 26-yard line. So gain of around 3 there.
Well, he made lemonade out of lemons because there wasn't much there, and there was just a lot of people in that box. But he goes off tackle, then cuts it upside, and then he's right there dead center and down to about the 26-yard line.
So from the 26 here, OKC has the football, and Griffith under center, looking to try to move these chains and continue to rack up the first downs and see if they can pull ahead and take the lead here as we're getting about to the midway point of this second quarter. So it looks like an extra blocker in the backfield for Garrett Griffith. Adias McDonald, the running back for OKC. And a stack of receivers at the bottom of your screen, looks to throw it up top here, and nothing going on that one as it falls incomplete.
Yeah, it's good defense. I mean, stride for stride. As a quarterback, you want to throw it either on the outside or up top. That's really all you can do. And that's what he did, but just a little bit too much.
A little bit too much trying to guide his receiver, but then when you have a defender that is looking to make sure that you're not able to get to the ball spot, it makes it extremely challenging. But again, this Joplin Crusader defense was able to hold the Bears scoreless for the entire first half.
And what about Legatron here? If they don't get the conversion, you think he's coming out for the field goal?
I think it's automatic because he would give you the lead. Again, if you have a guy like Legatron, you have to be able to use him.
Well, this is definitely his range, but let's just see the first down as opposed to getting him trotted out.
But Joplin able to hold OKC scoreless 2 weeks ago, so the Bears already doing better than what they did in their last regular season matchup. And Coach Cox going to call time here. Down by 1, 8-7, Joplin up over the Oklahoma Bears. We will be right back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey, It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Bears down 1 to Joplin here as we are midway through the second quarter here at Calsu Stadium in Del City. Griffith going with the extra blocker. Adias McDonald at running back. 4 receivers set here for the Bears. Correction, 3 receivers set. There's 2 at the bottom, 1 at the top. McDonald coming out like he's about to be a slot receiver. Griffith over the middle. Caught wide open. Battling for the end zone. Bear down OKC. Crosses the plane. Touchdown, Oklahoma Bears.
Well, we talked about making a big play when you needed it, and there it was. A strike right down the middle. 3 defenders, but they had to back away, and nothing but extra effort on the 1-yard line to capitalize for the 6.
27-yard touchdown pass to number 41, Shaquin Conway. And the Bears are on the high side for the first time tonight. Looking to make this 14-8 with David Goodson rolling out for the extra point attempt as we are approaching the bottom half here of this opening, or this second quarter, rather.
Yeah, 6:33.
Ball down, Goodson gets it up, past the upright, and it is good. 14-8, 6:33 remaining in the second quarter. Bears with a 6-point lead over the Joplin Crusaders as we will be back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Three generations, one mission, protecting Oklahoma homes. I know roofing because I've lived it my entire life. Next Level Roofing, third generation roofer you can trust.
At Black Bear Diner, Bear's Choice is breakfast served your way, now $10.99. Start with 2 eggs, pick from sweet cream pancakes, biscuits and gravy, and more. Add thick cut bacon or sausage. Big portions, big flavor, served all day.
$27-yard touchdown reception to Shaquin Conway from Garrett Griffith puts the OKC Bears up 14-8 as we have the return here down to the 20-yard line. That is where the Joplin Crusaders will take over first down and 10. So our title sponsor for Bears football all season long is Next Level Roofing, a third-generation roofer that you can trust. Be sure to give them a call today at 405-252-9734. Crusaders back on offense, trailing for the first time tonight.
Well, you know, he's surprised the 2 receivers down for the kick return kind of let the other one have it at the 1-yard line. So, well, are they going to get the yards back and instead of going in the end zone? So they do. They actually get it back to the 20 to make it first and 10. About 6:27 to go here in the second quarter.
So from the 10 here, they're at around the 12-yard line, going to start this at the 20 where the ball was returned to. And the Crusaders would love nothing more than to be able to milk these final 6 minutes and change to see if they can get another touchdown to go back on top here.
Well, they've definitely stopped the run.
Cross running. He's dangerous with that sidearm. He's going to get about a yard here before there is a host of Bears able to make the tackle out around the 22-yard line.
Well, they're going to keep him honest because they're definitely man for man. They're going to spy him because they know where he goes. There's at least 2 or 3 gold hats right there to make sure that they corral him down.
Number 49, Josiah Woodward, and number 52, Justin Woody there on the tackle of the Joplin quarterback as Cross looking to bring his team back out down 6 with 8 yards to go on this set of downs.
Yeah, I got loss of yards too, so you got to make up for that. Well, no, I guess they're going to spot him too, so he got second and about 8.
Yeah, so second and about 8 coming up here. Again, able to threaten with the sidearm pass there, but kind of frozen the defender there, so Cross was able to get past the original line of scrimmage and get something positive there. As Joplin is at 4 receivers set, and there's going to be a penalty flag one way or the other because there was some up-front movement before the snap.
Well, it all depends on who did the moving first. The defense set their ears back, so I know the Bears were coming, but were they drawn off or are they just extra?
And the officiating crew
encroachment against it's going to be on the Bears.
So free yardage for Joplin as they're going to now have
second and 3. Yeah.
Right, 5 yards to go with those 2. And this is now going to be at the 27-yard line. So time running out here. Joplin with some positive yardage.
I think the Bears are doing what they want. Take the clock, control the clock. They've controlled the score now, being down 8-0. So it's 14 unanswered points right now.
Cross rolls out, throws it downfield, and that one is caught. He's going to take this all the way into the end zone for a Joplin Crusaders touchdown.
Well,
Number 4 here, that is Tajon Curry, and he's able to get a score for the Crusaders, and they are now at 14 with an opportunity to go back up here.
Well, they could have got a little extracurricular in the end zone for after he scored. And you said before that they don't really have a kicker, so they go for 2.
74-yard reception for Taylor as he gets the ball from Asen Cross. Tied at 14 now, and a very interesting 2-point attempt that will be coming up here for both teams at a critical juncture in this game.
Yeah.
With around 5:12 remaining in the second quarter.
Well, you got to get a stop here if you're the Bears because, give up 2 big plays. Those were both big plays for both Joplin. Let's see if they can get the stop on the conversion.
63 and 74 yards out on both passes. Cross, running, throws it.
Oh, it's good. He missed.
Yeah, so it goes out of the back of the end zone, and we are deadlocked at 14 here, just over 5 minutes remaining. After that 74-yard touchdown pass from Asen Cross to Tajon Curry, will be back. Tie football game here. CMFL playoffs on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
So Asen Cross follows up his 63-yard touchdown pass to Daquan Johnson in the first quarter with a 74-yard touchdown pass in the second quarter to Tajon Curry, and a miss on the 2-point conversion attempt after the first 2-point conversion attempt was caught by Charles West in the opening quarter. 14-14, Joplin and OKC deadlocked here as we are at 5:12 remaining before we go to halftime. Mike Stewart here with Oklahoma Sports Network CEO Eric Sharam here with me. We do have a catch here trying to figure out where the ball is going.
Yeah,
that
I know.
one
Same thing with me.
Gets it past the 32. Fooled the cameraman, fooled the play-by-play guy.
Yeah,
right?
I know. Well, I thought it was going to go deep, and it wasn't. I went straight back and looked for it to go back there. And they kind of knew it, too, because they came up short on that and know that they could field that. But just after I kind of – and I don't want to do the broadcast jinx. I basically said, hey, 14 unanswered points, and everything's going Oklahoma City Bears way, and then Joplin answers it just like that. So just in a quick hurry, I said in the very beginning, you could kind of narrow these games down to a play or two. You stop a play or two, and it can make the whole difference in a ball game. 2 big plays, and Joplin has done that. They've not done it by run. They've done it by big playing you. And the Bears are just doing it the old-fashioned way, line up and assault football with the run game.
And this is the CMFL's classic Turnpike rivalry. You have both teams that can score at will, and they have in this first half.
It's a good played football game so far.
Taymor
nice
with
run.
the run down to the 45-yard line. Going to be a gain of 6 here for OKC. OKC scoring has all happened here in the second quarter. We had more with the 5-yard touchdown run, and then there was a 27-yard touchdown pass that was completed to Shaquinbo Conway as he significantly battled for those last 2 yards to get in the end zone to put OKC on the high side for the first time tonight before Joplin was able to score on that 74-yard pass.
Well, that was your bell cow. You're also taking time off the clock. This is a screen which got it before, but see, this time you didn't stay on the block, and this time they were able to read that out. So, might as well go back to that well again. You had a great successful play. You got a block number 11 right here on the lower end of the screen, and he just does a spin move, and he comes, and he makes the little one-arm tackle.
Trey Rucker with the tackle for the Crusaders on Bo Conway, and that one not really going for anything. So looking for the spot of the ball here. It's going to remain at the 45. Yep. So 4 yards to go for the Bears on third down upcoming.
Well, this is what brought you here is this run game. If you can get the blocks up there, 4 yards is better than like a third down and 10. But, who are we? We're just broadcasters. Stacks on top and bottom.
To Taymor, he has an open crease. He's going to get into Joplin territory and continue to run down inside the 45-yard line to the 41.
Well, you can see how hard he is to bring down. You'll see this on the replay. Just watch his cut, and then right there, you can't stop and try to tackle a man like that. You've got to use that. You got to use your feet, and it's another 1st and 10 for the Bears.
So tie ball game. Clock ticking down inside 3 minutes before we go to halftime intermission. In a 4-receiver set, they go back to the running game. And not much doing here. He'll get a couple of yards past the Joplin 40.
Yeah, so he's...
Tackle made there by Joplin, number 23, Reese Scott, 6 foot, 215-pound linebacker. Ball at the 39-yard line, so a gain of 2 on first down, which will make it 2nd down and 8 upcoming. Once again, I want to thank our title sponsor, Next Level Roofing, a third-generation roofer that you can trust. Give them a call today at 405-252-9734. Back to this 4-receiver set. Garrett Griffith at quarterback. Adidas McDonald, the running back here. Fakes it to McDonald. There's a reception at around the 39-yard line. Going to keep running this. Going to be just shy of the first down marker. Looks like that was caught by number 8 for the Bears. And that is Everett Davis.
Well, it's good. I mean, you try the screen, the bubble screen on the bottom twice. You come back to the top. You got 3 pursuants defensively, and we're at the 2-minute warning now.
So we will take a timeout with the 2-minute warning. Bears 14, Crusaders 14. CMFL playoff action on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Three generations, one mission, protecting Oklahoma homes. I know roofing because I've lived it my entire life. Next Level Roofing, third generation roofer you can trust.
From the 32-yard line, Bears have to get a yard to keep this drive alive. Live on the Oklahoma Sports Network, 2026 CMFL playoff action from the home of the Del City Eagles, Robert Kalsu Stadium
Well, you couldn't really ask for anything better. They've just seen each other 2 weeks ago. They know each other. Got trips now here on the bottom of your screen. They've done this, a lot of formations here with Coach Cox.
They go to Adias McDonald. He's going to get the first down, and Moore gets it down to around the 29-yard line. And so McDonald able to keep the drive sustained. Bears win in that stack formation with the 3-receiver set at the bottom of the screen. But ultimately, McDonald able to just do the classic Madden NFL halfback draw and move the change for that Bears first down.
Well, $1:37. They've got 2 timeouts remaining. They got plenty of time, but they want to try to capitalize and get in the end zone without any time left.
Double stacks here. Danny Knighton and Everett Davis at the top of your screen are going to go running game here inside the 35-yard line.
It's a good pickup.
Great pickup there, and they go back to Adias McDonald, who is going to get this to where it'll be a gain of around 4. Bears have to get 6 yards here to get a first down without having to score a touchdown. Joplin looking to bring the house here.
Minute 5.
Joplin had 6 men on the line. One of the linebackers called back a little bit, as McDonald is still in the backfield here with Garrett Griffith under center at quarterback. Takes a full 7-step drop, throws it down the field.
Oh, there it is.
Wide open! Touchdown, Oklahoma Bears! Danny Knighton! I kept calling his name all season long, and sure as shine on the sun, he gets into the end zone.
Well, look at this on replay. Just a nice throw and just got his man beat by about 2 steps. Dives, didn't really have to, gets there in the end zone for a 6 for the Oklahoma City Bears before heading into halftime. Wow.
So 25 yards. Danny Knighton gets into that end zone, and he's able to go for it as Garrett Griffith throws a perfect dart. And they look like they may be trying, well, Legatron's out there, so it's going to be another extra point to make this 21-14 as we are inside 2 minutes remaining before we go to halftime.
Yeah, it's 47 seconds left to go. You had plenty of time. Oh, this is whistled with a flag.
So practice kick for Legatron.
See who it's on. Looks like it's offsides on Joplin. Sometimes with kickers, you decline it and just kick it right where it is because sometimes it messes with their rhythm and when you get it in closer, unless you decide to go for 2. So Coach Cox got a decision to say, hey, I'll decline it. You got a leg you don't have to mess with. I just say decline it and kick it again. Or is he going to take it?
So just trying to see what they're going to do here. Second touchdown pass for Griffith here in the second quarter. He did have the one from 27 yards out that Bo Conway fought excruciatingly hard on those final 2 yards to get. This one, Knighton just able to give it and go, get into the back of the end zone and outrun his defender.
That was nice. Just threaded just right down the pike, right down the middle. Just really executed. Good pass, good catch. Good 6. PAT up.
Ball down, kick through the turnpike, and it is good. So 21-14 here. Bears with the lead with 47.1 seconds remaining here in the second quarter of CMFL playoff action. We will be back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
So for those of you who just joined us, we have had a offensive explosion, kind of reminds me of NFL Blitz back in the day. Latest touchdown for the Bears, a 25-yarder caught by number 7, Danny Knighton. Garrett Griffith's second touchdown pass of the second quarter, and it is 21-14. Bears lead Joplin with 47.1 seconds remaining before both teams go to the locker room for halftime intermission. From the 40-yard line, kick is underway. It will go into the back of the end zone for a touchback. One more time, just want to thank our title sponsor here, Next Level Roofing, a third-generation roofer that you can trust. Give them a call today at 405-252-9734. For those of you that can hear the PA announcer wondering if he might be familiar, that is Brian Tucker, a longtime affiliate with this OKC Bears team, and one of the best IT professionals that I know personally, and if you ever need help with your computer or anything like that, he is a good man to be able to go holler at.
Well, the Bears did everything they needed to. They were down 8-0. They scored 14 unanswered points. Joplin tied it up, missed the PAT to tie it at 14, but Bears came right back. They've got the momentum. It's always the nature of two halves, though, so, we won't know what's going to happen in the second half because anything is certainly up for grabs in a playoff game like this.
Two big touchdown passes by Ace, and Cross. Ball goes over his head, but Cross is dangerous with that pigskin, going to throw it all the way downfield, and that is caught by Charles West, who, like I mentioned 2 weeks ago, in this game.
Now, there is a flag on the play, so we're going to come back. It is holding, so it's coming back. That's good.
But Charles West is one you want to keep your eyes on. The play is coming back, but like I mentioned on the game, the regular season telecast 2 weeks ago, Charles West has scored a 99-yard touchdown reception in this rivalry game 2 years ago during the 2024 edition of this when they were in the conference championship game at PC North. So he is one you have to keep an eye out on. And then, of course, the two guys that score touchdowns today, Daquan Johnson from 63 yards out and from 74 yards out. You had Tajon Curry, who also has a long touchdown reception, and that is why they got 14 points so far. So highly explosive offensive battle here in this opening half. Complete polar opposite of the defensive slugfest that we dealt with when Joplin was leading 6-0 at the end of that half 2 weeks ago on this very same field here in Del City.
Well, last play was a high snap, one-handed grab from the quarterback, still kept his poise, able to target the receiver downfield for another big play, but the holding call is what backs him up to a 2nd down and 20 with about 35 seconds left before the half.
Crew has to get it to the 30, and there is a timeout on the field. We'll keep it here. Looks like, don't know if it's a timeout or if it's just the Crusaders are just waiting to try to get out of their huddle.
Whitecap is just kind of talking with the official. I don't know if it was just a...
But again, the wacky, wonderful world, the semi-pro, we do know that the undefeated Tulsa Gators are playing the Wichita Skyhawks, expecting the winner of this contest to travel up the Turner Turnpike to the 918. Not next week because, again, 4th of July weekend, everybody going to be wanting to celebrate and pop fireworks and cook burgers and celebrate America's 250th, right? But
yeah, very special. I mean, it's like I remember the 200th. I'm old enough to remember in 1976. I was only about 10, so it kind of gives you the age gap there for what I experienced. And that was the bicentennial. So now you got the 250th. The governor is kind of let loose on the fireworks stuff, so that should be an interesting weekend next week.
Oh, yeah, because you now have a lot more freedom to be able to pop them wherever you want. Cross, 3-step drop, rolls out, able to throw this downfield, and great pass breakup there. Pass breakup made by number 13 for the Oklahoma Bears. And in the no-fly zone is defensive back Darius Harrison.
Well, he was picked on enough, and he said enough is enough. Go stride for stride. They were going to go just a go route there on the edge and was able to knock that batted down.
Well,
Make
Eric,
it 3rd down.
I'm not a spring chicken, but I was born after the bicentennial.
Okay.
One thing I do remember about the bicentennial is the bicentennial quarter. It had the drummer boy that was on the back.
Yeah, I still collect those today. My mom started collecting those, and it just kind of kept a tradition. You don't hardly ever see them, so if you do, hold on to it.
It's very rare.
It's rarer and rarer. There you go. Another high snap. What a snag.
What a grab there by the starting quarterback for Joplin. Sidearms it, and it goes out of bounds. But Cross is having to compete with his own starting center here to maintain the ball in line.
Yeah, and this is like the 3rd time. He had one over the head. He's corralled 2 of them. You can see it here on the replay right here. Snags that up high, and then still has the composure to try to make something happen than just sidearms it out of the way.
I would say Cross is responsible for this game being from a 1-touchdown game to where it could have easily been a 2 or 3 touchdown spread. Remember when it went over his head earlier?
Yes.
And he had the wherewithal to be able to throw it out to the sideline after there was a severe threat for that to be either a safety or a turnover for a touchdown.
Well, this is interesting because it's 4th down, and, you don't really want – there's 28 seconds left to go.
Keep in mind, Cross is their punter, too. Cross punted the last time they had to let it go.
Oh, another high snap. Oh, my goodness.
To get rid of his sidearms, just not enough on that one. Bears have an opportunity now to break this game open up 7. This is a significant opportunity for the Bears to really run away from this game. You have a touchdown lead. The ball is going to be fairly strongly in your favor with 23.1 seconds remaining. And if you are Coach Kevin Cox, you have to be licking your chops right now.
Yeah. Well, no, I could have got that wrong. Maybe this is 4th down. That was I don't know how I got that wrong. So this is 4th down.
The chain gang can really.
Yeah, I got you.
The chain gang can really make things.
That's his 4th down. I didn't think they'd go for it, so I appreciate the.
Yeah, so sometimes the chain gang will be like a play or two off. It's going to be officially after the punt at the 34-yard line. Still a major opportunity for the Bears.
Yes, I mean they're in striking distance. Got 14.5 seconds. I think they have 2 timeouts remaining. I think they only called the one.
And you have the best kicker in the Central Midwest Football League on the sideline who can give you an extra 3 points to make this a 2-possession game. This is where Joplin is very good on all sides of the football, but these are one of them times where if you're the Crusaders, you wish you had a kicker.
Well, see what Coach Cox dials up here.
Stack receivers at the bottom of the formation here. Danny Knighton at the top of the screen, in the front of the stack on the visitor side of the pigskin here. Griffith, full 5-step drop. Throws it far over the middle and not really doing much there as it fell incomplete. So trying to get to someone there, but you wonder, hey, do we just bring Goodson out to just tack some points on? Because time is running out with about 8.7 seconds remaining. Or maybe you think you can get one more and then roll Goodson now. Probably
I think you got one more. I mean, you got a timeout you can use. Get it down to 3 seconds and then kick it. But I think most plays will take about 5 seconds. I mean, as long as you execute it.
And Bears are going to take their timeout, the one that they had remaining, so we'll keep it here because there's not much left until we go to the locker rooms for halftime either way. But, yeah, looking like with almost 9 seconds remaining, knowing how Cox likes to operate, play aggressive a little bit, you want to make sure that if you can get someone open like you did with Danny Knighton, that would be an ideal situation, but it's great to have Legatron for insurance. But once again, 16 teams in the Oklahoma Sports Network. Del City will be back up and running after they had their playoff run, had a playoff win last year. They went to MacArthur like we had talked about in the second game we worked together, because I believe you had worked that MacArthur game, and it was like an NFL blitz-style game where they were just scoring at will, right? Like 60-40 or something crazy like that.
And it was no defense showed up for that game. It was just kind of you score, we score. Kind of Texas Tech back in the Leach days, where it just kind of like just get on the turf and just keep scoring.
Yeah, Texas Tech back in the Leach days, and, back when you had Oklahoma State where they had Brandon Whedon under center at quarterback and Justin Blackman for wide receiver and could really fire at will as well.
Take another shot, and if you get a penalty here, you can maybe get one more.
Alves serving as an extra blocker, 7-step drop here, throws over the middle, wide open. Did he get it into the end zone?
He got it.
Touchdown, Oklahoma Bears! Bear down, OKC. He's celebrating on the track there on the north side.
Look at this. Just another nice throw. We had all the time to throw. Got your defender beat, both of them. That's the cardinal sin is you don't get beat deep. If you're a corner, you got safety for help. And the Bears just take advantage there with hardly any time left. There's 1.3 seconds on the clock. I said the most take about 5 seconds or so. That had to take time to develop because, man, that would have been scary if he wouldn't have got it to try for a field goal, but another 6 for the Bears.
He had a 42-yarder last week. This one from 34 yards out. The Moores Bama Coleman once again with the game-breaking touchdown in this rivalry matchup.
Well, we always talk about the nature of two halves, so you got everything going here, and you can always see something else happen in the second.
But Bama able to go and get that one like he did from 42. He was the co-player of the week with the quarterback.
Oh, we're going to go for 2 here.
So a chance to make this a bigger lead, throws it.
Oh.
And just easily caught by Danny Knighton for 2 points. So the OKC Bears going to roll in with a 2-touchdown lead that will extend to 15 points.
Well, they got caught napping there. They really didn't know, and just kind of the corner right there. He's just all by himself. No defender. Easy 2. And just like that, Bears capitalize on a 2-touchdown lead with 1.3 seconds left to go.
So 34-yard touchdown pass, Garrett Griffith's third of the game to DeMorris Bama Coleman as he taps both feet into the back of the end zone and dances on the north side of the track here at Robert Kalsu Stadium. Then Danny Knighton able to get the 2-point reception here. OKC Bears able to lead 29-14 over the Joplin Crusaders with under 2 seconds remaining before we go to the locker room for halftime.
Well, if I'm Coach Cox with 1.3 seconds, I just skit this right down the middle. I don't do a deep thing to get in the end zone where they have 1.3 seconds to do a Hail Mary or something fancy. I would just keep it on the ground, let the clock expire, and then just get the tackle.
So Knighton with a touchdown reception, Tay Moore with a touchdown run, Bama Coleman with a touchdown reception, and the Bears firing off on all cylinders here in this second half to take a 15-point lead into the locker room, looking to anticipate a trip to the 918 against the Tulsa Gators if they hang on 2 weeks from tonight.
Yeah, I know there's still a lot of football to be played. There's 30 minutes left of football, and I think there's going to be some fight in Joplin. And you're going to see, we're not going to hear the halftime speech by both of these coaches, but Coach Cox has got to be really happy going into halftime with this kind of lead. But he knows what can happen in football, and momentums can switch, and you can kind of let the gas off, so to speak. Oh man, we're cruising, and then you're flat foot, and then all of a sudden they get an opening touchdown, and they're right back in it. So
Joplin will get the ball to start the third quarter. And if any team can come back from a 2-touchdown deficit, it is the two-time CMFL champions from the 2023 and 2024 seasons. Kind of a skip kick here, just down the middle.
Yeah, that's kind of when you just keep it in play because the time will expire after this tackle and we'll go into halftime.
So brought down, able to pitch it here and going in between different players, and that will wrap up our opening half. Oklahoma Bears 29, Joplin Crusaders 4. Well, it was a 2-point.
Oh, yeah, 2-point conversion. That's right. No, you're right. 29,
yeah, so 29-14, Bears leading over the Crusaders with a 15-point lead going into the locker room. I don't expect this to be the final result. There's still plenty of fight left in Joplin. We know what the two-time champions are capable of, and we will see that second half in this first round 2026 CMFL matchup. On the other side of halftime, live from Kalsu Stadium, you're watching Central Midwest Football League playoff action on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Come on down to Black Bear Diner for Cubs Book Night. Starting at 6 p.m., a meet and greet with biscuits and make new friends. Cubs Book Night is a place to be your own Cub Bear. Interactive story time, coloring, balloons, food, and more. Story time comes alive with an animated version of your favorite story. Remember, the third Friday of every month starting at 6 p.m., located at Black Bear Diner, 3015 West Memorial Road, Oklahoma City. Visit any of our Oklahoma locations, Quail Springs, Moore, or Tulsa.
3 generations, 1 mission, protecting Oklahoma homes. I know roofing because I've lived it my entire life. Next Level Roofing, 3rd generation roofer you can trust.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
At Next Level Roofing, trust isn't a slogan. It's how I was raised. Roofing runs 3 generations deep in my family. It taught me hard work comes first, and trust comes from doing it right. Next Level Roofing, 3rd generation roofer you can trust. At Next Level Roofing, trust isn't a slogan. It's how I was raised. Roofing runs 3 generations deep in my family. It taught me hard work comes first, and trust comes from doing it right. Next Level Roofing. 3rd generation roofer you can trust.
At Black Bear Diner, Bear's Choice is breakfast served your way, now $10.99. Start with 2 eggs, pick from sweet cream pancakes, biscuits and gravy, and more. Add thick cut bacon or sausage. Big portions, big flavor, served all day.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Mike Stewart, Eric Sherem here. So we want to talk about this game, 29-14. OKC Bears with the lead, up 15 going into the third quarter. But we also want to talk about other scores from around the league as we bring up the 2026 CMFL playoff bracket. So special shout-out to Alan Hilliard Sports, who did the broadcast for the Tulsa Gators as they were playing the Wichita Skyhawks. Game's already over, folks. Tulsa won 48-0, so it will be a trip to the 9-1-8 for whoever hangs on here in Del City. Also got a halftime update from our friend Chris Dotson, who formerly of the Southern Sports Network, now with the Ohio Sports Network. The Kansas City Panthers are up on the Falcons 21-0 at halftime. And Mr. Dotson watching on a dinghy from Lake Erie, being up there near the Cleveland area. So I want to thank Chris for his patronage, and know he is a very, very passionate supporter and administrator of the semi-pro game throughout his years running the OMFL here in the Oklahoma City metro area.
Yeah, and you know, it's a great start to this, and I know if you're a Bears fan, you're happy, but you can't be content, and that's the thing. I mean, I'm sure Coach Cox is saying, listen, we're not celebrating just yet. We got to be able to do this the right way. Got to finish off like we started. I think the philosophy was good for Coach Cox. It was they got the ball, they ran the ball. The first series took 8 minutes off the clock. They didn't score anything, and they got quickly scored upon to be down 8-0, but they didn't panic, but they took a lot of time off the clock. And I think one way you can beat Joplin, because you know they're so talented, is keep away. You keep the ball away from them, so you run the clock, you run the ball. I think that's going to be the same adage. He's going to start off, even though Joplin's going to get the ball to start the second half, because they won the coin toss, elected to defer. So you basically try to get them shut down, get your offense back on there, and take another 8 minutes off this clock.
Have to give special credit to Asen Cross. He is the starting quarterback. He's prevented the Crusaders from having this be worse than 15 points, in my opinion, because there were so many high snaps that he had to go get out of midair. And honestly,
and then kept his composure. I mean, kept it going.
Yeah.
He prevented, it was a safety or a touchdown for the Bears if he doesn't get out of there. And this is after the snap, and he still stays poised, comes around the corner. Yeah, he throws it away, but, you know, it's another day, and he doesn't give the Bears either 2 or 6 points.
Yeah, and that is a big contribution.
Sure.
It's the plays that they're not scoring plays, but they make all the difference in the world. And, again, Joplin has proven with their receivers that they can score on a moment's notice. We did talk about the 2 touchdowns that they had. Again, you had Daquan Johnson from about 63 yards out, and you had Tajon Curry, number 4, from 74 yards out. It didn't look like Charles West had gotten one, but it got brought back. But, again, they have high-level receivers that can score at a moment's notice. And then with OKC, there was a touchdown run for Tay Moore from 5 yards out. And then 3 OKC receivers have gotten touchdown receptions from Garrett Griffith. We did have the last one by Bama Coleman, that one from around 36 yards out. But then Danny Knighton got into the board with that wide-open touchdown reception he had. And then we have another one that was made here, which brought them to 29 after Knighton got the 2-point conversion to stretch this out to where it is the deep end of a 2-possession battle right now.
All right, so if we're having fun yet, we got another fun second half of 30 minutes of football. Winner goes to Tulsa with a trip not this coming weekend. That's the 4th of July weekend. So a week off to prepare, and then the following weekend be up in Tulsa, and that's hopefully they'll punch their ticket.
So once again, want to give a special shout-out to our title sponsor, Next Level Roofing, a third-generation roofer that you can trust. They also offer 24/7 emergency services to address urgent issues. Call 405-252-9734. We will take one final break here before we get third quarter action underway. OKC Bears up over the Joplin Crusaders by a score of 29-14 live on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Come on down to Black Bear Diner for Cubs Book Night. Starting at 6 p.m., a meet and greet with biscuits and make new friends. Cubs Book Night is a place to be your own Cub Bear. Interactive story time, coloring, balloon, food, and more. Story time comes alive with an animated version of your favorite story. Remember, the third Friday of every month starting at 6 p.m., located at Black Bear Diner, 3015 West Memorial Road, Oklahoma City. Visit any of our Oklahoma locations, Quail Springs, Moore, or Tulsa.
At Next Level Roofing, trust isn't a slogan. It's how I was raised. Roofing runs 3 generations deep in my family. It taught me hard work comes first, and trust comes from doing it right. Next Level Roofing. 3rd generation roofer you can trust.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Mike Stewart here with Oklahoma Sports Network CEO Eric Sherem. Again, just bringing up the fact that the winner will go to Tulsa next week. If you want to catch Tulsa's playoff game, the 48-0 victory over the Wichita Skyhawks, that was played earlier today. I believe Alan Hilliard Sports has that tuned up on YouTube. So that game you'll be able to go back and watch after the conclusion of this one. Third quarter about to get ready and get underway. Still expecting the sun to be out for about another hour 10 or so. Sunset locally here to take place at 8:49 p.m. And the weather has dipped a little bit, but still rather sticky outside, 93 degrees. So a whole 2 degrees from what it was here when the kickoff began at 6:05 this evening.
Well, after all that rain and it kind of cooled down a little bit throughout these last couple of weeks, we're finally getting into the Oklahoma summer that we can expect with hot temperatures. And I really got to hand it to these guys. I really didn't really see a lot of cramping per se. Now I've jinxed them now, but they've kept hydrated enough where they're really not going down with anything. And they're just kind of keeping it loose and got 30 minutes of football left here in playoffs to win or advance. And the loser will finish up with their season. Remember, the coin toss was won by Joplin. They elected to defer, so they will be getting the ball start the second half.
And again, this is just a big opportunity here for the Bears. They had the ball to start the game, so being able to be up by 15 is a bit of insurance, but as we know with the Crusaders, they can score at the drop of a dime, so nothing is safe, not even a 15-point lead in this rivalry. I know from firsthand experience having called the game 2 years ago at Putnam City North High School.
Well, the other thing is, too, they don't have a kicker that they have to go for the PAT, so they're 1 for 1. They got their first one. They missed the second, so they're going to go for 2 anyway. So, I mean, that really doesn't put them behind in their offensive schemes, basically because of that. And we're set to kick off here in the second half.
So 92 degrees, and it'd be 7:40 p.m. when we had this kickoff go underway. Bears with a 15-point lead over the Joplin Crusaders after having defeated their interconference rivals by a score of 21-12 2 weeks ago at this same stadium, Robert Kalsu Field, home of the Del City Eagles. We are underway.
Ooh,
squib kick here, and a big hit there.
Oh, my.
And do the Bears have it with their special teams unit?
They say that they do.
And they are going to have the football to start the second half on the Joplin Crusaders 41-yard line.
So Coach Cox only had 4 guys up on the front line, had to go 10 yards. There's a scramble for it, a dash for it, and just like that, the Bears capitalizing with a touchdown to end the half practically with that touchdown, and now they get the onside kick.
That onside kick reception swings the momentum all the way over to the side of the defending CMFL champs.
Yeah.
Official as the first down marker is made at the 41-yard line, and the Bears got to be licking their chops with an opportunity to go up 3 scores here.
Yeah, that's – I mean, do you kind of expect that? Maybe, maybe not, especially coming out of halftime. But Coach Cox just letting it all just unravel here. He's not holding up anything.
There's a term Vince McMahon would use in the heyday of the Attitude Era in World Wrestling Entertainment. It was called ruthless aggression. And that is what the Bears displayed here on the first play of the second half. Going with Tay Moore. Down past the 35-yard line. Stays on his feet into the red zone. Tay Moore going all the way down. Bear down OKC. 41-yard touchdown run. Oklahoma Bears.
Wow. So, I mean, you get the onside kick, and the very next play, just let's watch them rumble, stumble, just get outside the gate, make a cutback, got flat-footed defenders. On the run and on the score for the TD.
So, I'm a big hip-hop connoisseur. There's a verse from a old Mobb Deep song, and I think it would describe Joplin at this point. They're shook because there's no such thing as halfway crooks. Bears about to go up 3 scores here, officially up by a score of 21. And they can make it 22 here with the pending extra point. Unbelievable turnaround on the first 2 plays of the third quarter here at Robert Kalsu Stadium. Ball down, kick up. And that one is good. 22-point lead, 2 plays in for the OKC Bears, 36-14, and Joplin is in significant trouble. We'll be back with more third quarter CMFL playoff action on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Black Bear Diner, Bear's Choice is breakfast served your way, now $10.99. Start with 2 eggs, pick from sweet cream pancakes, biscuits and gravy, and more. Add thick cut bacon or sausage. Big portions, big flavor, served all day.
So the OKC Bears in the first 2 plays of this second half taking Joplin's lunch money. Unexpected onside kick recovery. Thought the Crusaders were going to come down and get a drive going. And then 1 play later, 41 yards. Tay Moore rumbles all the way down the home sideline to make this a 22-point game as the Bears lead 36-14 over the Joplin Crusaders. And what a unbelievable turn of events, Eric Sherem.
Only did 16 seconds off the clock, and, you already got the onside kick and the score. Joplin, like you said, nice, decent return up to almost the 40-yard line.
One thing about the Crew is they're not going to give up. It ain't going to matter if it's 22 points or not. The Bears are going to have to be aggressive like they were on those first 2 plays of this third quarter, because as long as you got Ace and Cross under center and that smorgasbord of wide receivers that can score at any moment, they still have a chance in this football game.
Well, yeah. I mean, the caliber of talent that they've got, you're never out. It's momentums, but I think Coach Cox He just capitalized at the end of the first half with a touchdown, gets the onside kick, gets another score. He just takes that momentum all the way into the second half.
Yeah, so we know from covering games on this field this season, in the regular season, that the Bears special team is one of the best units in the entire CMFL, and they showed it on that onside recovery to start this third quarter. Cross in the backfield, ball at the 40-yard line, and Joplin has a lot of work to do right now. Takes a snap under pressure, barely gets rid of it, but not able to complete the throw.
I mean, they're coming with a blitz, and they come right through the gap, right on the edge, and then boom. I mean, he takes a hit with a little lick, and that ball comes out, and that makes it a 2nd and 10.
Now, when the Bears have a big lead, we saw this in the game against the Kansas Diamondbacks. They aren't going to be scared to load up 6 to 7 players on that line if they feel really aggressive and really want to mess with the timing of the quarterback-center exchange, which was already shaky for Joplin to begin with. Crusaders coming out of the huddle here.
I think they're a little shell-shocked right now, too.
I'm a little bit shell-shocked having covered 3 games in this rivalry and independent games for both teams beforehand. This is not a result that anyone would have expected. Cross, running out, great to go against pressure, but gets hit at the 41-yard line. Will maybe get a yard of that back.
I mean, they're not going to.
So there was a hit on Cross by number 3 for the Bears. That's Leandre Turner, 6'1", 250-pound linebacker. And the Bears just going all out to really take all the momentum in those first 2 plays of this third quarter. Third down here. They have to get this to midfield to keep the drive alive. Crusaders going 4 wide here. Cross had to recover another high snap. Throws it downfield, and a spectacular attempt to get the ball, but it just fell incomplete. Cross again. That's the 5th or 6th time tonight, Eric, where he's had to go get that from his center who's snapping it way too high.
Well, and that throws everything off. I mean, it's a cadence. You're trying to get the offense going, and it's going to be just like that. You get an onside kick, you get a touchdown, and then you get a 3 and out, and it's going to be 4th down and 8.
So back deep for the Bears, you do have number 9 for OKC. That is Tyrone Johnson Jr.
So their quarterback is also their punter, so it's kind of dangerous that he could throw out of this or he could.
Yeah, trips to the bottom of the screen, and they kind of have to go for it at this point. Fires over the middle. Nice. Great catch made, and believe that's a first down. Joplin at the Bears 45.
Well, like you said, you almost have to go for it, and they do, and they make them pay with a 1st and 10.
Tajon Curry with one of the touchdowns for Joplin in the first half from 74 yards out. Able to move those chains for the Crusaders, and there is a timeout on the field. Looks like it will be spent by the Bears. 2 timeouts remaining as we are into the third quarter here. Bears by 22 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network, and if you're just joining us, no, that is not a typo on the scoreboard. The Bears are actually up 22 points with 13:02 remaining in this third quarter over Joplin. So, first play of the third quarter Onside kick by the Bears, able to recover it. Then next play, 41 yards, Tay Moore able to take it all the way to the house. Throws over the middle here. Ball is caught. Gets it past the 30-yard line, will be brought down at around the 28. Joplin having to play in scramble mode when they get on offense. And Charles West, one of the most dangerous receivers on the Crusaders, but again, he gets extra pressure by this Bears team ever since that game 2 years ago where he scored a late fourth-quarter touchdown from 99 yards out.
Well, they're on the march. They're making big chunks of yards. Oh, there we go.
Cross, running for his life, throws it downfield, intercepted at the 7-yard line, and brought down at the 15, and all the momentum is on the side of the OKC Bears. Now, as you have Johnny Randall taking that away from the quarterback.
Yeah, it's ill-advised. He threw across his body. He had to kind of, not set his feet right, just threw it up for grabs, even though it was one-on-one coverage down there. Underthrown, which you don't really want to have to do if you don't have to, and it cost him. So it's an INT.
So that was not Randall. I stand corrected. We want to give proper credit to Jaleel Ward. He was the one getting the celebration out there, but Randall was on the sideline in the white Scully cap. But, again, interception made by Jaleel Ward to make that where the Bears are going to have the ball at their 15, up 22, and things could not possibly get worse. When it rains, it pours.
Well, the two defensive linemen caused that. It's just a disruption. It was a total flow. It was a jailbreak. Quarterback had to get out of the sequence, go to the opposite side of the field. Just made an ill-advised throw.
Garrett Griffith with 3 touchdown passes tonight. They give it to Adidas McDonald, and he breaks tackles as he gets down to around tackled out of bounds at the 18. Really fought hard for that third and final yard there to make this 2nd down and 7 upcoming.
Well, it's 3 yards in a cloud of dust back in the old days, or a cloud of turf or chewed up tires these days. But nonetheless, you'll take that 3 to 4 yards of carry, and he's been the bell cow for sure.
So ball now at this officially the 18. They can get this out to the 20, have to bring it to the 25 to get a new set of downs. Griffith fakes to his running back, throws to his intended target, able to get this out past the 20-yard line down to the 24. And the Bears are going to be happy just eating the clock away as they are up 22 points.
Well, they've done the screens, and they've done a really good job. You got to say about the blocking, because it's all about the blocking for getting around. They were able to have that success in the first half, and they're going to keep coming back to it on either side of the field.
Bo Conway, he of 1 touchdown in each of these games against Joplin over the last 3 weeks. Able to get this down where it's going to be a 3rd and short situation for OKC. 3rd and 1. They go to Adidas McDonald, who is tackled immediately.
Wow,
in
not going to get it.
Great situational awareness there, made by number 51 on the defensive line. That is Alex Alberti, 6'4", 310-pound defensive lineman.
I mean, 4th and 1, they gave him a little bit extra right there, but you're going to punt this away. I would say you don't need to.
I would think you would.
Now you could maybe try to draw him off sides. I mean, to try to pick up the first. You could try that, but I just punt it away.
Yeah, you're up 22. You don't necessarily, but knowing Coach.
It's first down. I couldn't. They put that up short.
Yeah,
but I don't know if he asked for a measurement or where it was, but he looked down the line and called it 1st and 10.
So you know what we're going to call that, Eric? I have a term for it. It's the wacky, wonderful world of semi-pro.
Well, we thought for sure it was 4th down, and it was a late call, though, because everything was set.
Oh, yeah, it was later than when I wake up in the morning, so I'm not having to go at work. So down to the 27-yard line. That one was Adidas McDonald for a gain of about 3.
Just kind of go up the middle. You get a couple of yards. You got to be happy with that.
So Bears and Gators appear to be destined on a Turner Turnpike collision course the Saturday after the 4th of July. Be interesting to see what the broadcast situation looked like for that game. Takes the snap. No step back on the drop here. And did he catch that? Looks like it was brought down, but it rolled out of his hands at the last minute. The grab was by Bama Coleman. He also, like I said, he's just catching everything here, and they're moving the chain. So
he said he's going to be catch because he went out of bounds. And there's the catch, and then he's out. Well, that's whether it's the continuation or not, but that's Bears,
a hard one.
Bears get
catch.
one here.
Yeah, that's a hard one to catch in real time. But yeah, they're saying now it's first down OKC, and now we have players going back, so we don't know exactly what's going on, but they're trying to bring this back.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. I think they huddled up and they said no. That's he didn't continue with it.
Again, it's one of those things you want to make sure. I mean, you're up 22 already. I can't expect.
Well, they got to they moved the chains, so that's going to be a little interesting because they got to reset those because it will be third down. Yeah, they got it now.
So it will be third
down.
Yeah, so they got to get this to the Bears' 34-yard line to get the chains moving and keep this drive alive. But again, up 22 with the football. Smoke them if you got them, I guess.
Man, that's an old expression, especially when there's less smokers these days. I guess vape them if you got them.
Well, you could smoke them, you could vape them, or I guess chewing tobacco is now the big thing these days. But
drink them if you got them.
Yeah. Griffith, three-step drop, able to get to the 32-yard line, and a great tackle made there. As you had number 8, Davis with the reception there. Everett Davis, 5'10", 196 pounds.
It's not going to be enough for a first down, so it's going to be fourth down now.
Fourth down, but they're still running out there like they're going to go for it, and you're up 22. You got to be careful that you're not biting off more than you can chew here. I think ultimately they're trying to keep the ball out of Asen Cross's hands as much as possible.
Oh, they tried to get him to come.
Throws it, caught.
Wow.
By Johnson. Johnson gets brought out at around the 36. That should be enough for an OKC Bears first down here.
Kind of gutsy. Did the kind of Dan Campbell call, a fourth down, and going to go for it on 4th and 4. Dan Campbell of the Lions fame as
what
head
a great
coach.
job he's done in Detroit. Detroit literally went from a program that was an afterthought, and then just a couple plays away when they played the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game a few years ago from making the Super Bowl. So tremendous work he's done there. I know every Detroit Lions fan is proud of the work and I'm a Niners fan. I shouldn't have brought that up. That was unfair, but I digress.
Okay.
But he's done a great job in Detroit, and everyone that is a Lions fan should be proud of what he's done for that franchise.
Well, his philosophy, if it's 4th and under 5, he's going to go, look at that, nice. And this is good because another great run, and you're going to chew the clock up. You're going to take as much time. You're going to keep the ball out of Joplin's hand.
Danny Alves with the carry, just continuing to be aggressive here as the Bears are looking to just salt away this 22-point lead and make the clock more and more of an enemy of Joplin as we tick down under 7 minutes remaining here in the third quarter.
And, there's no sense of rush or hurry. They're just kind of methodically going up to the line, taking a lot of time. You can when you've got a lead like this.
Yeah, literally just the first 2 plays of this third quarter broke the entire game open. Throws it immediately, and that would have been one of the catches of the year because it bounced off the back of a Joplin defender.
Yeah, I like the designated play call. There was just a little bit too much congestion in the throwing lanes. You can kind of see and get your hands up right there, but it's like right there is wide open. That slant was just right there. It's like these are great designs on PlayStations and paper, but, in real life you got to execute. It comes down to execution.
You have physics, and then you just have the ability of having to pay attention to get the football coming through.
That stops the clock. But
so trips to the top of the screen, up 22. Griffith goes to his running back, and we got Taymor breaking a tackle, gets into Joplin territory down at the 48-yard line as this drive continues.
Nothing fancy. And, I like his moves. He makes little stutter steps, little cuts, just comes back, makes the defender miss. He's still showing some great speed.
Had a jump cut and a spin there to give a couple extra yards, and this is now at Joplin's 49. So the Bears not in a hurry. And, again, if you're up 3 possessions, why would you want to be in a hurry? You want to salt away as much of this clock as you can to secure that trip to Tulsa 2 weeks from now.
Run clock run, as you'd say. And I know it's just in the third quarter, but you're doing your good. Eating up, chewing up yards, taking up time, limiting Joplin with possessions.
They go back to Tay Moore. Moore able to not really get much there. He'll struggle to get back to the original line of scrimmage, which is at the Joplin 49-yard line.
Well, I'm supposed he's getting a little tired by now. I mean, it's just like,
But again, if you're the Bears, you just want to chew up as much of this clock as you can. It's more of a game where the longer you have Joplin's offense sitting on the sideline and the more you can exhaust this defense, the better it plays out for your percentages to come off this field with a victory to wrap up your 2026 homestand. Bears second down here. Got to get to the 39-yard line to keep the drive moving.
Taking a lot of that clock off. It's good.
5-step drop. Griffith fakes it. Rolls out. Looking for an open receiver. Throws it. Caught at the 39-yard line. That might be enough for an OKC Bears first down.
Well, he got the time to throw. There's not really any pressure. He, took the one throw, cocked back, reloaded, came back, made the delivery.
Jaleel Ward, what can't he do? He had the interception at the 15, has the reception there, and they're spotting this at the 41-yard line. So 2 yards to go here, as this will be third down. Guy get it to the 39, 6 feet away. Tay Moore in the backfield with Garrett Griffith at quarterback. And again, no rush at all from the defending champs. They go to Tay Moore. He's going to get enough and more.
Oh, wow.
Wide open on his feet. Tay Moore past the 30-yard line, down to the 29, and a Bears first down.
Well, just with a head of steam. I mean, you got to compliment the guys up front, just making the blocks and the lanes wide open. And we got some guys kind of standing flat-footed in the secondary, and he's able to capitalize on yet another 1st and 10 for the Bears.
I will never accuse Joplin of giving up on a football game. But I think what's happening is with this defense continuing to be out there, exhaustion with this
tiring
heat.
them out.
Exactly. Now, I wouldn't say it's giving up. I don't see any quitting these guys. But what I do see is that they look fatigued.
Well, it's hot. It's hot summer day in Del City.
Still 91 degrees, by the way, after 8 p.m.
Yeah.
They go to Adidas McDonald.
There
He's
you
going to
go.
run down and gets an open lane. Able to break tackles down to the 17-yard line, and the Bears continue to rack up first downs all night long.
That's a nice little block there. You see a defender just go upended. Little pancake block right there. And
we're at the 2.5-minute mark, and we have an injury.
Down player, yeah.
So we'll take a timeout with them as they get this figured out. Bears up 22 with 2.5 minutes left in the third. Live on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Bears up 22 over Joplin. And nothing major. It was Adidas McDonald, but he caught a cramp. And, again, being 92 degrees outside after 8 p.m., surprised we ain't had one yet up until this point. from the 17-yard line. Bears looking to extend this already major lead. Bo Conway in the backfield for OKC. Griffith under center at quarterback. Hoping to get a 4th touchdown pass this evening. Conway runs out to the top of the screen. They go with a running back, and he's able to get this down inside the 15. That is number 34 for the Bears. Not a traditional running back in the sense, but Austin Elman, their tight end, 6'2", 287 pounds.
Yeah, he's like fullback. He's linebacker stats. I mean.
And again, the Bears not under any rush. They would prefer to run out this third quarter if at all possible while extending the lead. As we get to the 2-minute mark, Bears with a bigger lead than minutes remaining in tonight's regulation contest. They go, fake to Taymor, fakes a pass here.
Oh, there it is.
Bear
Beautiful.
down, OKC, and that just may be the dagger. Touchdown, Oklahoma Bears.
Well, they were kind of waiting for that. You can see the replay on the setup, but
Tyrone Johnson as he's dancing in the end zone, and
a free release and another 6 for the Bears. Boy, you know, it's kind of surprising because Joplin, the way they are, and how the game was 2 weeks ago, and now you almost got to run away with it.
So to make this a 29-point lead, this is not Legatron. This is the same gentleman who had kicked the last extra point. Ball down. Kick up.
No, missed it.
And he missed it, but still. Oklahoma Bears take this lead from 22 to 28. 4-touchdown advantage as we are at 1:42 remaining in the third quarter. Tyrone Johnson's touchdown makes this to where the Bears can almost taste the trip to Tulsa in 2 weeks. We'll be back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Come on down to Black Bear Diner for Cubs Book Night. Starting at 6 p.m., a meet and greet with biscuits and make new friends. Cubs Book Night is a place to be your own Cub Bear. Interactive story time, coloring, balloon, food, and more. Story time comes alive with an animated version of your favorite story. Remember, the third Friday of every month starting at 6 p.m., located at Black Bear Diner, 3015 West Memorial Road, Oklahoma City. Visit any of our Oklahoma locations, Quail Springs, Moore, or Tulsa.
Garrett Griffith with his 4th touchdown pass of the evening to Tyrone Johnson, 4th different receiver that he's been able to throw this to. And the Oklahoma Bears, your 2025 Central Midwest Football League champions, are on a collision course to where they're going to play the undefeated Tulsa Gators, who won earlier today 48-0. You can watch that replay on Allen Hilliard Sports on YouTube against the Wichita Skyhawks. And if you're a fan or a follower of the Crusaders, you just have to
shake your head.
Yeah, like you're stunned.
Yeah.
I know I'm stunned because, again, Joplin, this is not traditionally how they would come out the start of the second half, and it's just when it rains, it pours. Still fighting very well here as they cross the 40-yard line to get this down, and now they're trying to say it might have been a fumble, but I think Joplin will hang on to the pigskin here.
Yeah, it's a good return. Samuels takes it.
Yeah, Quan Sanders able to bring that down past the 40-yard line. The Crusaders not in the position that they have been in at any part of the last 2 or 3 seasons, being down 4 touchdowns. This is unprecedented territory for a very proud franchise, a very good franchise that has won consecutive championships within the last 3 years.
Well, it started with the onside kick. I mean, you know, you back up and you say, okay, the Bears score with like seconds, 1.5 seconds left to go before the half. So they score 1 touchdown there. They come out of the half. They get the onside kick. The very next play, another score.
They literally scored 2 touchdowns in a 20-second span between the end of the second quarter and the beginning part of the third.
Oh.
And a big hit there at the 46. I think that is what broke the game open. because if you compare this to the game from 2 weeks ago, very strong defensive effort. Neither team could even get an offensive touchdown. In the entire first half, you had the 49-yard interception pick six by Terrill Johnson to put Joplin on the board, but it was a very low-scoring game. Yeah, the Bears won that one 21-12, but anyone that watched that game from 2 weeks ago would not have expected this.
Well, it's under a minute to go in the third quarter, and it will be 15 minutes away from a Bear victory, perhaps, if they maintain, and heading to Tulsa in 2 weeks.
Cross, three-step drop under pressure. Looks like he could get sacked, and he gets rid of the ball just at the very last split second before he loses yardage.
Yeah, I mean, he's a heads-up player. I mean, he's had to do a lot by himself. I mean, with a lot of what we say that
he's had to save a lot of his center's mistakes, too.
Yeah, and he's done that and then kept his poise, and even under pursuit, still making heads-up plays, still making the right decisions, but he just needs a little bit of help, and he never really got it.
And the timing doesn't help when the Bears are loading up the box and sending 6 or 7.
Well, that's the other thing is, too, you can do that when you got a lead like that, because now you say, okay, let's see what you do with pressure.
Just over 30 seconds remaining here, and then, if you're Joplin, you're down 4 touchdowns, and you literally
tough.
You're down 28, and you have less than 16 minutes remaining.
Well, you got to score every possession, and so every snap counts.
They faked the run here, and that went absolutely nowhere. That was a miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback.
And the receiver knew it. It was his fault. He didn't, he was supposed to run the go, and he kind of went across, in the post pattern and just got called up, and he was kind of upset with himself because he knew. It's discipline because it's hot. You're down. You got to think the next play, shake that off. But fourth down, and, they went for it previously, and they almost have to.
Yeah, they have to from here on out. I don't think there's going to be a fourth down where Joplin's not going to go for it because, again, 4 touchdowns, and then you only have a little bit over a quarter to try and make that up.
Well, and they converted their last fourth down, and, of course, empty backfield. And
another high snap. Cross not making a mistake on any of these is unbelievable. Throws it downfield and then was able to grab that one. That's Charles West, and there's a flag. That looks like it's going to be a late hit, and here they go with the aggression on the Bears defense. I'm not a fan of that. You're up 4 touchdowns. Why do you feel the need to try to get in his face and shove him like that?
Right. Well, and you get the unsportsmanlike, you get the first down, you get the extra added 15. It kind of gives a little bit of Joplin momentum here.
Which Joplin will take any dose of momentum because, again, between the final 30 seconds of that second quarter and the first offensive play that OKC had in that third quarter, they were blitzed. It is a straight blitzkrieg, and that's why they're down 4 touchdowns right now. Again, they're still playing hard. West with a great reception with the hit afterward. And they're now at the 35-yard line as we are still inside. Looks like there's about
25 seconds.
Yeah, 25.4 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. So Joplin is going to try to do everything they can to stop the clock as much as possible.
Well, they're so far perfect on fourth down going for it. They've done twice, picked it up.
Cross rolling out under pressure. Fakes the pass. Throws it. And that one was intended for his target, but nothing going there as it goes incomplete. Looks like it was number 1 that he was trying to throw the football out to.
He's trying to conduct traffic, kind of backyard football. I mean, the play's busted up, so you just kind of get, your receiver to kind of get off his defender and try to make something happen, and it just didn't come together, that play.
Quan Sanders trying to get that ball, but he had a defender draped all over him on that one. And again, Joplin I would expect them to try to run pass for as much as they can to try to slow down as much of this clock because the Bears on that last touchdown drive ate up about 75% of that third quarter.
Yeah, well, and their 2 scores have been by the air. I mean, they've not been effective run game, but their pass game has been where they've needed it.
5-step drop, throws it over the middle, might have an open target, and was that intercepted?
Yes. No, he didn't complete it. The ball came down.
So, again, and guess who was there? He already had an interception once tonight. Jaleel Ward making sure that that's a no-fly zone. So he already had the one interception, which the Bears had this evening, which helped to bump this lead to 28. And Ward again trying to come down with another pick in the end zone. Luckily, if you're a Joplin fan, he didn't, because that could salt away another 7 or 8 minutes if OKC has their way here.
Now 9 seconds, probably getting close to the final play of the third quarter.
4 receivers set. Cross rolls out under pressure. He's trying to get rid of it, throws it downfield, and that one was broken up at the very last minute. And then we have a shove by the receiver.
Uh-oh.
And this is not what you want. This is the rivalry here. I mean, it can get real chippy. Taylor takes umbrage with the trash talk and walks away before things can get bad. And
he also got a teammate to make sure that nothing was gone on with it. But it was, a aggressive play. They both went for the ball. Able to get that fourth down. This is now they've gone for 2, and they were able to get both first down conversions.
Well, and Joplin is a very proud franchise. Again, 2 championships consecutively out of the last 3 years, and this is the team that prevented you from effectively doing a three-peat. And no one would have expected for them to be down 4 touchdowns late in the second half. Cross rolls out, gets plenty of time to run. He's going to get past the 25-yard line and get close to the 20. And that should be the final play of the third quarter. So Oklahoma Bears up by 28. The score is 42-14, and we will have fourth quarter action when we get back on the other side of this Central Midwest Football League Round 1 playoff game live from Del City, Oklahoma on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Three generations, one mission, protecting Oklahoma homes. I know roofing because I've lived it my entire life. Next Level Roofing, third generation roofer you can trust.
At Black Bear Diner, Bear's Choice is breakfast served your way, now $10.99. Start with 2 eggs, pick from sweet cream pancakes, biscuits and gravy, and more. Add thick cut bacon or sausage. Big portions, big flavor, served all day.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Bears up 42-14 over the Joplin Crusaders. That is not a bug on your screen. That is an actual score. And for those of you that have followed this rivalry and are just joining us, all I can say is you want to watch between the final minute of the second quarter and the first minute after the third quarter, and you'll see why the score is the way that it was. Want to give a special shout out to our fourth quarter sponsor, Black Bear Diner. 3 locations in the state of Oklahoma: 3015 West Memorial Road in OKC, 920 Southwest 25th Street in Moore, and 9026 East 71st Street in Tulsa. 3 locations, 3 great restaurants to get massive portions and quality food. I highly recommend. So the crew throws it. Catch, touchdown. He dropped it. It looked like a touchdown.
Oh, it was. It was 6. He knew it. Just perfect, thread the needle, beat the defender. You'll see this right here is just perfect textbook pass, catch, and he was celebrating before he even got in the end zone.
And that was Charles West. I'm going to say this, having watched him several games for Joplin, that is uncharacteristic of him. That's usually 6, and we're talking about a 21-point game here. That I don't know what to say. Having watched him take it from 99 yards out in this same rivalry game during the playoffs, and for him to drop it, that's just kind of
uncharacteristic.
It's kind of the way the days went for the Crusaders.
Yeah. Oh.
And they go with a run here. Stays on his feet. Well, and it takes 6 or 7 Bears to bring him down.
It's kind of weird snap. Let's see that again. Watch the snap, and then the exchange is it just goes – it just pops out of his hand, and he just lets it go right into the running back and is able to make something out of nothing.
Quan Sanders, they're able to – again, Joplin is going to still fight. They're too proud of a franchise not to. they're too proud to have watched too much film and make this trip down here to not give it their all. So they're going to play until it's 0-0s on the clock. A fumble.
Oh, wow.
Bears have it. And they are going to take the ball over, and they give back Joplin with the football.
This is the Keystone Cops before the whistle is even thrown. 2 different exchanges. We got to see this here on replay because
Daniel Brown takes it from Mason Cross, and Raymond Housley takes it away from Daniel Brown.
Yeah, just stripped. That was just all muscle. Just took it right out. So heads off for Joplin, like you said, not quitting. Just going to stay another down.
Yeah, he
got a first down out of that.
The one mistake Cross makes, his teammates bail him out of it. But again, I can't fault Cross because he's had to save the bacon of his center 7 or 8 times this evening. So for him to make one mistake, and again, this heat is still a factor because it's right now still 91 degrees outside. So
empty backfield.
5 receivers set. Sanders in motion. Cross, looking, running, gets tackled here. He throws it at the last minute. Don't know if that would count or if it's going to be a sack.
I don't know if he was in the grass. They didn't really whistle that. They are going to say a sack.
Yeah, so it is ruled a sack. Cross doing everything he can, but I think it's just fatigue at this point. Again, they're clearly not giving up on the football game. Too proud of the franchise, 2-time champions. It's just when you're dealing with the sucker punch you got at the end of the first half, and you get hit with a 1-2 cross combo to start the third quarter, that's going to be ultimately why the Crew – and it's hard to beat a team that's on the level of the Crusaders 2 weeks in a row. And – you know the Bears, and Coach Cox has talked about it, they feel that they let that one go in Tulsa because they had lost focus. Well, if they play with the kind of focus that they were playing with tonight, it's going to be a very good game in 2 weeks in between these Oklahoma Turnpike rivals in Tulsa. 4 receiver set this time. Almost gets sacked immediately, able to roll out on that one. Looking to escape here, and a big, nasty tackle there.
That's going to be way too high. Yeah,
that looked like a horse collar.
Yeah, it was unnecessary, a little bit too high. But, man, just quarterback is just playing for his life. Gets away from the blitz, and then here comes the high one right there. Yeah, that's going to be a horse collar, more than likely.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you kind of got just driving out now to that point. Yeah, you can't.
Personal foul. Yeah, face mask, they're going to call it.
So he got, on initial glance, he grabbed something he shouldn't have. You could tell because just the way he fell after that was real nasty. But
now set up a 1st and goal. Like you say, I'm playing for pride. It's taken a long time for them to get there.
Well, I mean,
it's 12:43 left.
Yeah, I mean, you're ticking down inside 12 and a half minutes, and this is uncharted territory. You don't see Joplin. They may lose, right? You don't see them getting beat by this kind of a margin. And I'm not going to be disrespectful and call it something outside of what we're trying to use in the parameters of the game. But you know there's a lot of people that are saying stuff like, hey, this ain't the Joplin Crusader football team that we're used to seeing in the fourth quarter like this.
I think timeout Bears, I think.
Yeah, Bears going to talk this one over. So up 28, Oklahoma Bears 42-14 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network, and we have reached the part of the game where if you are in the stadium, they're doing $1 hot dogs. So the pass is completed. Looks like that was good for a Joplin touchdown.
Just dropped it.
So that one goes incomplete. So these are a couple of passes here where it looked like they were going to be surefire touchdowns to cut this lead down to 21. That one intended for, looks like number 8, Jamari Adams, but nothing going on that one.
They do score, of course, predict the onside kick. They got to get the ball
absolutely.
back. It's like score, onside.
Yeah, you're
It's
dealing with an
unsurmountable.
almost impossible scenario here.
I understand that. But that's why you keep playing.
Cross gives it to his running back, and he's trying to get some room, gets it down to around the 5. So Quan Sanders again. As time is running out for Joplin, I ain't going to lie to you, Eric, those dollar hot dogs sound pretty good. If I was in the States not broadcasting, I'd probably go get about 4 or 5 of them right now.
Sure. Take some to go.
Right. Time continuing to run down here in this fourth quarter, and again, just an inevitable collision course, it looks like. Joplin not necessarily in a hurry, but I just think they were kind of shell-shocked between the latter ends of both halves here.
Well, it's well-executed football on both sides. I mean, even right now, the Bears want to prevent them from scoring. Now it's 4th and goal. Oh, it's turnover and downs. That was 4th down, so sorry.
They go to Sanders on the direct snap. Sanders is able to get down to the 5, and you better believe that the Bears are going to run the rest of this clock out and try to get us out here before 9 p.m.
Well, I wouldn't say perfection, but, man, you ran everything that you wanted to your liking. Your offense, your defense. Defense was still playing right now. Not letting them getting in the end zone. Not letting them score a touchdown. And you say I'm playing for pride. Bears are playing for pride too. And I think that they've got something to prove. That first game that I watched to get to know the Bears, is on the road, just a disappointing loss to start off the season. But they've come back, and they made with just 2 losses on the season to make it right, as defending champions is what you want. And they have the experience to carry that through.
And I will give them an A+ because I know how this Joplin team is supposed to come out. They haven't looked like this in the 5 to 6 years that I've watched them at the semi-pro level. I'll just say that much. So for them to be able to have a 4-touchdown lead and maintain it in this fourth quarter, you're playing this Joplin team better than just about anyone ever could. As they get a big run down here, almost at the 20-yard line, and the Bears, like I said, they're going to want to run.
They're just kind of doing what they want. It just
OKC first down, Shaquinbo Conway, who already has a touchdown this game.
I think we got a down Joplin Crusader, I think.
And again, this heat is just continuing to take its toll.
Right.
We'll take a timeout and just check back in here in a couple of moments. Bears up 28 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Next Level Roofing, trust isn't a slogan. It's how I was raised. Roofing runs 3 generations deep in my family. It taught me hard work comes first, and trust comes from doing it right. Next Level Roofing. 3rd-generation roofer you can trust.
At Black Bear Diner, Bear's Choice is breakfast served your way, now $10.99. Start with 2 eggs, pick from sweet cream pancakes, biscuits and gravy, and more. Add thick cut bacon or sausage. Big portions, big flavor, served all day.
Come on down to Black Bear Diner for Cubs Book Night. Starting at 6 p.m., a meet and greet with biscuits and make new friends. Cubs Book Night is a place to be your own Cub Bear. Interactive story time, coloring, balloon, food, and more. Story Story time comes alive with an animated version of your favorite story. Remember, the third Friday of every month starting at 6 p.m., located at Black Bear Diner, 3015 West Memorial Road, Oklahoma City. Visit any of our Oklahoma locations, Quail Springs, Moore, or Tulsa.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network, the injured Joplin Crusader was number 24, Brian Richard Jr., walking off very gingerly off on the field. You never want to see anything like that in this kind of a game, but the Bears still maintaining their 42-14 lead as we continue to tick down inside the fourth quarter here. Special shout out to our four-quarter sponsor, Black Bear Diner. 3 locations in the state of Oklahoma, a family-friendly local diner where you can also go and attend on book night, proud sponsor of your Oklahoma Bears. And some of the biggest portions of food that you can get at a sit-down family restaurant.
So Joplin wants to call a timeout.
So Joplin will take their timeout, and yes, it is a little bit early to be calling this, but when we get back from commercial break, I have 2 candidates for our Oklahoma Sports Network's Player of the Game. We'll have it on the other side here. This is CMFL playoff action on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network, 42-14, Bears looking to salt away this fourth quarter as they will be going to Tulsa, Oklahoma 2 Saturdays from now to play against the undefeated Tulsa Gators, who won earlier today 48-0 over the Wichita Skyhawks, to prepare for that second round matchup. Back into the game under center is Devin White. Actually, no, that's Danny Knighton under center. I stand corrected. They go to Danny Knighton as quarterback. It looked like Devin White, just similar body structure, but it was number 7. And now we're going to bring this up in between plays. Want to give our player of the game, brought to you by Williams Bail Bonds, your connection back to the streets. Give Darius a call for all your bonding needs at 580-491-8087. So we're going to pick 2 like we did 2 weeks ago. Garrett Griffith with touchdown passes to 4 different receivers. And we're also going to give a special shout-out to number 2, Jaleel Ward, for his interception at the 15-yard line. Again, co-players of the game for the second time in 3 weeks, as those are your Oklahoma Sports Network's players of the game, brought to you by Williams Bail Bonds, your connection back to the streets. Be sure to give Darius a call for all your bonding needs at 580-491-8087. Knighton back under at quarterback. They go here, going to go with the run. Able to get a lot of speed up the field. That's number 41, Shaquin Bo Conway. Bo Conway gets it to the 34.
Well, now you really play keep away. And, you know, they're just kind of – Joplin's kind of thrown in the towel, so to speak. You know, they're just going to let this. Their hands are on their hips. Defense has been out there chasing a long way. And, you know, Coach Cox is going to run the ball, run the clock, chew up some yards, chew up some clock time. take as much time as he can. Be a great celebration night here in Del City.
And I just feel like we had to go, again, with co-players of the game, one offense, one defense. Would feel unfair to not put Griffith back up there for finding 4 different targets in the back of the end zone. And, again, the defense, we don't give them enough credit, but what Ward was able to do to get that interception really shifted the momentum in this football game here. So that's why we have them in there.
Pitch back. I don't like stuff like this.
Here,
oh, my.
Throws it, and that –
oh, my goodness. There's a flag in the play, though.
Yeah, I wonder if there would have been like an ineligible man downfield or a legal man downfield.
This is really kind of went from bad to ugly because the big fullback gets it. He goes down. He just pitches it back to the quarterback. He runs, throws it. Yeah, that's what backyard football used to be right there is what that is.
Oh, yeah, that is one of those things where – when you're playing NCAA football on PlayStation, you kind of wonder, hey, what can I run to kind of run out the clock and just kind of do what I can here.
So we're going to back up the Bears a little bit. Let's just go with, I know you got substitutions in there. Let's just run the ball. Let's not try to do anything fancy.
Yeah, at this point with the clock continuing to tick down, you don't have to do much here. You've achieved all your objectives, and we're at the point where it's just now under 9 minutes, and you really just want to get out of this game healthy, make sure that because, again, 2 weeks ago when they were playing, there was an injury for Monte Thomas, the running back, and, not sure if he'd be able to come back. I knew he wasn't going to play tonight the way that the injury looked in the final regular season game against these Crusaders, but looks like there was an interception there. So, again, there are flags here, so we're going to see how this one comes up. But that's why you don't want to play with your food. It's just best to try to run the football, and Cox has to understand there's a pride thing, I get it, but the damage has already been done here. You don't have to do much else at this point. And more yellow laundry flying, there's a term that we like to use whenever we call it on the PA in the stadium. Stand by, there's laundry on the line.
Yeah, I mean, you played so clean and so good. I know that you took your starters out as far as running back and quarterback, but, you got to still execute what you're doing. Just go downfield, chew the timeout, because it stops the clock. It just kind of drags it out. Dead ball, personal foul. Oh, against Joplin.
Wow. So, as if things weren't bad enough with you trailing by 28 points.
So that'll be a Bears first down.
So we'll go over the record for these two teams as we're just kind of going over everything. The Bears, your defending champs, they didn't really get any preseason action, so that's why they lost by a touchdown on April 11th at St. Joe's 20-13. They had their first game here that was covered by the Oklahoma Sports Network on demand at 40-20 victory over the Wichita Skyhawks, who were eliminated earlier this afternoon in that 48-0 shutout by the Tulsa Gators. You get a forfeit victory. There was a team in Muskogee, the Scrappers, that tried to get together, and so you get a 13-0 win for them just forfeiting. A lot of those Scrappers players, they turned into the Oklahoma Hawks. There was a game here where the Bears won that one 52-0. You can also watch that one on demand on OSN. Then you have the 2 consecutive games on the road. You go play the Arkansas Warcats on the 16th of May, win 74-0. And there's that game against Tulsa where you lost by 5 points after you were leading 20-7 in that first half on May 30th.
Well, it's something to play for now because, now there's going to be revenge on the side of the Bears for a rematch with Tulsa here in 2 weeks.
First of 3 games in the month of June, you had the Kansas Diamondbacks. That was a 54-8 win. And then 2 weeks ago, you had the final regular season game against these Crusaders that you won 21-12, which leads us to tonight's game, the third and final home game in the month of June for your Oklahoma Bears, as they will play the Crusaders next week. We'll go over Joplin's record. I
got a flag in the play. This is going to be 72. Joplin, he just got really agitated.
Yeah, and he's coming off the field already. He knew that he did something, and he's just going to the sideline. At this point, it's just anger and frustration.
Oh, and they just ejected him, so he's gone. So
John Childress.
So 72 is not only done for the night, done for the season. He's got a little choice words to say, but they tossed him.
John Childress, 6'3", 305-pound offensive lineman, and
Coach Cox is getting everybody settled back. Says, "Listen, I don't want to lose anybody. We got another game to play, so let's not."
As he should, and we're just going to go over what Joplin did. They're going to finish with a final record of 6-3. They had their home game against the Herman Eagles. They won 50-0 on April 11th. Beat the Arkansas Warcats 58-6. They go to Tulsa. They lose by 8, 24-16 on April 25th.
It's timeout for Bears.
Timeout for Bears. We'll keep it here. Okay. So May 2nd, they play the Kansas Diamondbacks and win 52-8. They go to the Wichita Skyhawks and win 26-14 on May 16th. They had that forfeit win against the Muskogee Scrappers. That was on May 30th. And then they defeat the Oklahoma Hawks 71-0 before they were to play the game 2 weeks ago, which was against these OKC Bears, and ended up being a 21-12 setback.
Coach Cox called that last time out. Just let's not be knuckleheads. I understand they're frustrated. It's something they're not used to. They had won the 2 previous championships before. The Bears won last year. They're wanting to make a statement. They lose 2 weeks ago to a 21-12?
21-12, yep.
21-12 ball game, very close contest. And then they just got outmanned.
The Crusaders enter these 2 games against OKC with the best point differential in the CMFL, outscoring opponents 286-52, which is ironic because the Bears are now going to enter the second round of the CMFL playoffs with it may not be the highest margin of victory because they belong to Tulsa over Wichita, but absolutely the most impressive win of this opening round.
Yeah, you just got to finish it out now and just milk that clock. A lot of stoppage of, an injury, unsportsmanlike. All right, you just got to.
Shaquinbo Conway runs like the wind and gets to the 15-yard line.
Well, you really can't stop that. I mean, he's going to do what he does. And so, it's like, here you go, take it. And he just jets right up the guy right behind him, just like, missed him by that much. Sure enough.
Clock ticking down inside 8 minutes, and if you were going to tell me before tonight's game that the Bears in the fourth quarter had an opportunity to go up 5 touchdowns over Joplin, I would look at you with the most bewildered expression on my face and just not really understand what you were saying to me. I would feel like you were speaking a foreign language to me is what it would be, because this rivalry game, what we got 2 weeks ago is what we expect.
Right.
This is not something that anyone would have expected that's followed either of these teams for a long time now.
Old-fashioned taking to the woodshed right here. Oh, a little pump
Danny
fake.
Knighton with a touchdown pass, Oklahoma Bears. So Knighton gets it to his target, number 9, and that is Tyrone Johnson Jr., and that will be the dagger in tonight's contest.
Thought he was going to intercept it, pick it, into the end zone for 6.
Goes through the arms and the fingertips of the outstretched defender, and the score is now 48-14. Extra point upcoming.
Well, they're making a statement in the playoffs. Your first round to get something like that.
Celebrating with the little Boosie blasting through the PA system, and the players all in celebration on the home sideline here at Robert Kalsu Stadium.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bears.
I don't think they care about that penalty at this point.
No, I understand.
That's one of those ones. If you're winning like this over your biggest rival, you take the penalty with pride and laugh it off.
So probably one of the longest PATs you'll see.
They got Garrett Griffith back under center after Danny Knighton threw his first touchdown pass of the season. Trips to the top of your screen. Bears up 5 touchdowns. Three-step drop over the middle. Nothing.
Tipped up, and that's where it will fall safely.
34-point lead by the Oklahoma Bears over the Joplin Crusaders. And we will take a timeout here as the clock continues to run down at what will be our final home game for the Bears on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Want to give a special shout-out to our fourth quarter sponsor, Black Bear Diner. Since 1995, guests have enjoyed an all-day menu of classic American home-style food in the comfort of a relaxed, family-friendly local diner, perfect for families, friends, teams, and community gatherings. And don't forget about book night. Black Bear Diner. One visit and you will be hooked with the best portions that you can find from a sit-down restaurant. 3 locations across Oklahoma. Danny Knighton with that touchdown pass, and is now a 34-point lead as the kickoff is underway. Caught at the 6-yard line. Joplin will take this out as time is running out on their 2026 campaign. Gets this across the 40, down to the 42. Once again, want to give a special shout-out to our player of the game sponsor, Williams Bail Bonds, your connection back to the streets. Give Darius a call for all your bonding needs, 580-491-8087. And our 2 players of the game, going to be Garrett Griffith with touchdowns to 4 different receivers that he threw to. And number 2, Jaleel Ward with that key interception at the 15-yard line to take away most of Joplin's momentum here. Want to give a special shout-out as well to Danny Knighton. I mean, he did have the touchdown reception from Garrett Griffith, just threw for a touchdown pass. And the Bears getting everything they want. This, by far, their signature victory of this season. And they will have a ton of momentum as they go to Tulsa 2 weeks from tonight to play the Gators in the 918. Cross takes the ball, gets rid of it immediately, intended for Quan Sanders, and that one's going to fall incomplete. Just not much you can say if you're a Crusaders fan or supporter. Again, this team has been in the Joplin area for over 3 decades. They are used to winning and winning in bunches, so a loss like this is extremely rare in their franchise history.
Yeah, especially to close out the year. I mean, a playoff game. You know, if it was a regular season game, you could come, lick your wounds and come back. But now this has got a long, bad taste in your mouth for an entire year until you come back next spring.
Yeah, and there's just what do you do in this situation, because you beat everybody else handily except Tulsa. But then the Bears are your bugaboo at this point.
And they'll have back-to-back losses from them, too. No, that wasn't even snapped.
So
got a flag on the play there.
The wacky, wonderful world of semi-pro where the center doesn't let it go. And I think, if anything, I think the whole offensive line is going to be frustrated at him. Because you have to be happy that Asen Cross is under center at quarterback. Again, there were 7 or 8 situations where the ball is being snapped too high, and Cross finds a way to make the safe play to keep Joplin in the contest for as long as he could. And now you have Joplin here.
Frustrating.
Very frustrating. And now you have Joplin on 2nd and long here, 5-yard penalty. Cross rolls out. Looking for an intended target. Gets rid of it. Looks like that was caught here. Reception made by number 2 for Joplin. So they're still playing here. Not going to give up, no quit in these Crusaders.
It's going to be 3rd down, though.
So Terriel Johnson, he had the 49-yard interception return to give Joplin the lead in the first meeting between these two teams 2 weeks ago on the 13th of June.
Clock is running with 5.5. There's no sense of urgency. Just kind of, I know it's inevitable. Hard to play like this. You're still playing.
Yeah, it's one of those things you kind of want to get on the bus at this point and just move forward. I feel like both teams, but I can appreciate that both of these teams are trying to finish this professionally. Clearly, they've had opponents that have tried a big sack there made.
And another high snap. That high snap was the cause of it, and so you got that all night long to contend with, like right there, yes, and that just disrupts all the timing, and your offensive lineman isn't getting the hold, and defensive coming back pin their ears back for another sack.
Yeah, so
brings up fourth down.
Cross can only do so much because, yes, he's saving the high snaps, right? But then it affects the timing because a half-second difference between him getting the ball and getting back onto the feet with his own balance. And then by that point, it's too late because you got 2 or 3 Bears in the backfield that are ready to pounce.
Go empty.
Cross rolling out. And they're going to get a sack here. And just too many Bears, too much penetration, not enough time to get rid of the football.
And it'll be turnover on downs. And with 4:09 left, let's kind of run this clock out.
Paris Williams was the first one there, but then it ended up being number 53 for the Bears, Malik Ward, 6'3", 330-pound defensive lineman, to stop this latest Joplin drive. And again, just want to thank our sponsors here, Next Level Roofing, our title sponsor all season long. Give them a call today for your roofing emergencies, 405-252-9734. Black Bear Diner, our fourth quarter sponsor. Great family restaurant, 3 locations across the state, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and more. And our players of the game we already announced between our quarterback, which, again, Garrett Griffith, the 4 different receivers, and Jaleel Ward with the key interception at the 15-yard line. Special shout out to Williams Bail Bonds, your connection back to the streets. Give Darius a call for all your bonding needs, 580-491-8087. So up 34, what do you do if you're the Bears? I would just try to run the clock out.
Well, sure. This is all.
Knighton back at quarterback, him with a touchdown reception and a touchdown pass this evening.
I don't think they're going to take delay a game because the Bears have no timeouts. So I knew it took so long. They had to get a substitution of a guy that's coming in.
And the clock continues to run down here inside 3 minutes remaining. So a false start results in the 5-yard penalty. Danny Knighton under center at quarterback.
He's going to wait. He's going to wait till that. I can't see the. Oh, there it is. 2-1.
They give it to Bo Conway. Bo Conway already has a touchdown tonight. Had a touchdown 2 weeks ago against this Crusaders
flag on the play.
Team. And this one could come back. We'll see what the refs decide.
So that's going to be holding on the Bears. It's going to back them up 10 yards from the spot foul. Let's see where they marked it.
So Gators with the 48-0 win, but this ain't the Wichita Skyhawks. The Bears far and away with the more impressive first-round playoff victory. Because no one in their right mind would have predicted that the Joplin Crusaders would be losing by 34 points in a playoff game. Nobody. I'm sure they will have a lot of motivation in the offseason. They will go back and find a way to get this corrected. But again, this is the rivalry. This is something where at the end of last season, the Bears won this game by 1 point. And then you had the game 2 seasons before that. That game was played at PC North, and the Crusaders came back being down from a double-digit deficit to win that game to win the CMFL that season.
Let's back about 13 yards for a pickup for a first down, second down. But this will be the 2-minute warning right now.
So time running out in this game. Bears just rolling over their arch rivals in Joplin. We'll be back to wrap this one up live on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Black Bear Diner, Bear's Choice is breakfast served your way, now $10.99. Start with 2 eggs, pick from sweet cream pancakes, biscuits and gravy, and more. Add thick cut bacon or sausage. Big portions, big flavor, served all day.
Three generations, one mission, protecting Oklahoma homes. I know roofing because I've lived it my entire life. Next Level Roofing, third generation roofer you can trust.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Danny Knight throws down the middle, and bad timing there as it falls incomplete. So at the 2-minute warning, clock will continue to tick down here, and I don't know why the Bears are still throwing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know you got backups and you want to get them a little bit of time, but at this point, just bury this clock. You know, I mean, it's just, like you said, you don't want anything stupid to happen. You could get a penalty. You could get an ejection.
You could get an injured player. Monte Thomas got injured 2 weeks ago, I feel, for trying to do some of this and stretching it forward. It doesn't make sense for the health of the players, and you're having to go to Tulsa to want to.
I think everything will be fine. They'll just deal this out, but it is third down.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of having to throw when you're up 34 with 2 minutes left. There's no sense to it.
Especially with that, because it stops the clock. I mean, you gain nothing out of it. It's an incomplete pass.
You gain absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Well, and this is what they should be doing the whole time, running it. Johnson with the carry. He's going to get to the 20-yard line.
So he'll get the first down, though.
Yeah, because the first down he needed to get to the 22, and the Bears to keep this drive alive.
And now you just take a knee at this point. I mean, there's no
point.
No sense in doing else now, so you can just take.
The crew's going to remain on the field as a 2-time former champion in this league. Take this as prideful as they can, but there's no need to.
Yeah, you just take the victory formation and be classy about it and get ready for Tulsa in 2 weeks. You know, I mean, that's. I don't think he's going to do that.
Well, Knight is running back toward the home sideline and back under center here. A little bit of showboating.
Yeah.
They go here with the run, gets brought down at around the 16.
And the whistle stops here. Small injury to a Joplin Crusader. He gets slow to get up.
Well, you hope it's nothing like a knee injury. You just want to make sure that if it's anything, it's a cramp. We're finally below 90 degrees. It just hit 89. Looks like we may be having a timeout on the field. I'm not sure what's going on. So it's a turnover on downs. That was fourth down.
Okay, so it's fourth down. Okay.
Joplin will have the ball, and I can't imagine anything else happening as a result of this. We should expect both teams to line up in the post-game scrum here in a matter of moments.
Well, what I would have done, I mean, here at Joplin, I mean, there's no sense throwing. I mean, just kind of like hand the ball off, let it go, and just call it a night when we're at 54 seconds.
Yeah, 54.3 seconds remaining is just the point of give it to your running back and prep the bus to head back up the turnpike. 2 weeks from tonight in Tulsa, Oklahoma, hoping maybe we may have some news on how that broadcast will work out. Nothing official yet. So if there is news on what may happen for that upcoming broadcast, you will hear from us soon enough. Again, nothing guaranteed. There has to be some discussions made, but might be something to keep an eye out on, as second-round Central Midwest Football League action will take place between the undefeated Tulsa Gators and the Oklahoma Bears.
Just kind of let that.
But we do know this would be the final home game for the Oklahoma Bears in the 2026 season. Should they defeat Tulsa, that championship game would be in Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City. Oh.
Home of the multiple-time Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. And as a Niners fan, you could joke about me on that one, Eric, because that was one of the worst experiences I ever had as a football fan in my life. But I digress. Remember back in the day, the 49ers used to never lose Super Bowls. They lost 3 in a row. Slides there to get to the 25-yard line, and that should just about do it.
That should be doing it. I don't want to do anything now.
The Oklahoma Bears, with their most dominant win in the history of this rivalry over the Joplin Crusaders, as they take it 48-14. Eric, you have any final thoughts on what we witnessed tonight?
Yeah, they stopped the clock at 13 seconds. But, one thing, and they got cramps all over the place. I told you about the, dehydration and stuff. We got one guy that's hopping off now. Got one that's laid out at the 40. I mean, it's, you just got to snap it and call it good. And I know that he's going to run the clock. There's no sense in it.
Yeah, this is why you don't run the game past what it needs to be,
right,
especially in this dangerous summer weather we have in the Sooner State.
Well, that's going to officially – but here's the other thing is, they're going to have one little razzle-dazzle of just throw it around, and that's it.
And
that's
with a whimper
game.
And not a bang. So 48-14, Bears win over Joplin.
Well, what you asked me is what we said in the beginning of that. It was 1.5 seconds left to go before half. The Bears scored, and that was good. And then they come out with an onside kick. They get it. The very next play is a touchdown. And, by the way, Joplin does not score in the second half at all.
Shutout.
I mean, a shutout of the second half. 48-14 is your final. And the Bears just kept cranking them out. So, yeah.
Loaded in the box. And that 1-2 punch with the onside kick to start the third quarter. And Tay Moore, 41 yards out. And just really just that was the dagger to the football game. So, it's been a pleasure bringing you these 5 home football games in the Central Midwest Football League for the Oklahoma Bears. Want to thank everybody that's worked on this season. Oklahoma Sports Network CEO Eric Sherm. Want to thank cameraman and producer Nate Davis for coming up and working a couple games from Lawton. Want to thank Gordy Jones for his efforts at color commentary. And for everybody that I previously mentioned, I'm Mike Stewart. We want to thank you for your patronage of the Central Midwest Football League and the CMFL live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Have a great evening.